Sorry about that. I noticed that I didn't adjust the microphone correctly, and I finally grew enough brain cells, i.e. more than one, to say, you know, maybe if I'm going to make adjustments to the microphone, I shouldn't do it with the microphone on. So I muted it, and I made the adjustments. Now we should be good to go. So that said, here we are again. Notes are at the ready. Can move that off of my screen because I don't need it. And we're actually going to be using my notes today, unlike previously where it was mostly just a reference point for any treasures that I wanted to get, but this time I need to know exact amounts for stuff that I'm going to buy, so we will, in fact, actually use the notes today. What a shock. It's almost like I wrote them for a reason. But anyway. We'll see how that goes. Sorry, just getting my stretch in before I start. I already did it. Because I do the stretch usually, especially when there's a game that has an opening crawl like this game does, where it has the opening credits behind, like with the CG footage in the backdrop. I usually try to get the stretch in then. Just trying to make sure that my back isn't tight. Because I wouldn't notice it while sitting here. And then I'd get up at 10 o'clock when we're done and I'd be like, oh, my back. Turn into a geriatric old man. I didn't realize he was going to be an octogenarian. Alright, let me take a drink and then we'll get started, I think. It's been almost 6 minutes. It's good enough. I mean, the intro is like 3 minutes by itself, so that makes sense to me as enough time to wait before we return. And this is the last time we will be seeing this crawl, this opening crawl of text, because we're moving on today. There will actually be plot development today. But before we actually bother to do that, we need to get through Mahabharata Subterra. And I'm surprised that I didn't have like a PTSD attack or something when the word Subterra popped up when we were introduced to Mahabharata for the first time at the end of the stream last time. But honestly, it might just be because of the fact that there wasn't a tower on top of this Subterra. If there was a tower on top of this Subterra, we'd have problems. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIII, the stream edition. That's a reference to Final Fantasy XII, the stream edition, which won't be happening for a while. Last time, we finished all of our business for now in the Archaeot Steppe. We'll be back there a little later to wrap up loose ends, but for now we're done. And we began our adventure, as I mentioned, in the Mahabharata Subterra. We beat up a juggernaut for a little bit of money, and now we're going to head up in that direction. We got access to some new stuff at the shop as well, but I'm actually not going to use the stuff at the shop just yet. We don't have the item that I'd like to use for it at the moment, so I think I'm not going to bother with that. Oh, and I actually don't have the item that I want to use for that either, so I'm not going to bother. I don't think we have enough CP to do anything for Snow or anybody just yet. Like, we need to get Snow to Saboteur 6, and that takes a lot of CP. So since we don't, I'll just, I don't know, just wait, I suppose. Beat the sin out of these cryohedrons so that they don't explode. But yeah, see how you hit them enough and then they stop being activated. So, alright, I was gonna say, just get rid of that one, please. I don't actually know if they take more or less damage from physical attacks, but considering the fact that Snow just kicked that one into next week, I don't think it matters much. I mean, it does matter if I miss, but yeah, I don't know. Snow's like, I usually don't use him very much in the party, in case that wasn't immediately clear. It was one of the reasons why I wanted to bring him into the party for this part, because it's like, okay, well, I want to see what his utility is when he's in the party. And honestly, like, a lot of people are like, yeah, no, Snow's the fastest caster in the game. Use him exclusively as a caster, but he's pretty quick on the physical attacks too. He doesn't have to swing a weapon around, he just beats them over the head with his fists. Like, that'll work. I'll take it. That other one's gonna, okay, never mind. As I say, that other one's gonna see me, but It's fine, I'll just switch over to Delta attack in a moment. So that Snow can keep them preoccupied instead of me. Probably should just use regular physical attacks. I'm just afraid of head spin, that's all. Let me just exit out of that so I don't do the backflip. I don't need the backflip at the moment, so. I suppose pile bunker should be something I should also be worried about, but you know. I guess I'm okay for now. Let's swap Relentless and then go from there. Oh, did we get the other one? I guess so. I guess we'll just beat this one up to the best of our ability. He heals something. He heals Blizzard for some reason. Okay, fair enough, I guess. Daze. What's the third status on there? Is it slow? Because Poison and Imperil are there. Curse, Pain, Fog. That's Daze. Good question. The answer has eluded me at the moment. Alright, Aggression a go-go. Beat the sin out of him. Nice. It's not quite going to be this time, but I think by the end of the next stream, we'll be able to max out our Tier 1 weapons for everybody. We haven't done any maxing just yet, but I think we'll be able to do it. Oh. Just opened up with... I was expecting there to be something that was going to jump out of here at me, and that was why I tried to get the jump on them, but there was nothing. All right, then. But yeah, we might be able to max our Tier 1 weapons out by the end of the next stream. I haven't done it yet, but that's just because of the fact that we don't really have the resources for it yet. Well, we do. We have the money, but I said, nah, I'm going to wait until I have all my accessories in order first. And at the moment, we don't. We have our... whatchamacallits, we still have to upgrade the General's belts and Witch's bracelets up to star rank, and we don't quite have the particle accelerators for that just yet. We're going to get a couple today, but I don't think we'll get all of them. I figure the rest of Chapter 11, not including the loose ends, will probably take a total of the next 2.5 streams, I think, judging by how much extra area we have going on. I guess it depends on how some of the fights go, though, because there are some really tough fights in one of these areas. I forget where, but they can be pretty difficult. I was going to say, nice dodge, Lightning, but then he sort of hit you anyway, so... You know what, Snow, that'll work. Then I can just do this and get rid of him. I mean, I guess the kicks are kind of slow, but like the rest of his attacks are so fast that honestly I don't even care. Like, okay, we're maxed out on TP again, getting some good CP out of these guys as well, so that's not bad. And I think, I don't know, it's kind of hard to see when it's just a big narrow hallway like this and everything that could be happening is going on below us. You know, other than the enemies, but okay.
Guys, heads up.
Earthquake. Oh, right.
Look at that thing.
Well, I suppose
That's a foul scene.
that would be something that could create, yeah, the tunnels here.
Roads where roads ain't meant to go, huh? Yeah, it kind of sounds like us.
I guess.
All right, roly-poly. Let's hitch a ride on that thing.
How are you gonna hitch a ride on a hedgehog machine thing? I mean, it's not like he has a convenient port that just allows us all to sit inside of him, right? That would be crazy. Anyway, he'll go spinning around all over the place in the background here, so that's fun. And we will go over there because, as you can see, there's actually a Seath Stone over there. So we'll go work on that in a minute. Once we get past the hoplites and their Centurion friend. I wonder if I can Thundara them here. I mean, yeah, I was going to say, Hope's just going to Thundaga the sin out of all of them, to be fair, but... you know. Like, yeah, like that, Hope. Thank you for demonstrating. He's just going nuts with the Thundaga, man. This is why I like having him have it, though, in this dungeon, because pretty much everything is weak to electricity here, and it's the first thing he gets, so it's just like, oh my god. Getting a little overzealous there? Or what? Clipping into the foreground and everything? Anyway, we'll go to see that in just a second. But, yeah, so he's got that going for him, and then you look at his magic stat, he's got 514 magic now, so like I said last time, you'd get 40% extra for 1 minute with the Blessed Talisman, so that's 51, 102, 204. He's got 718 magic for the first minute of battle. That's crazy. That's way more than we could have that amount if I had upgraded weapons yet, but I have not. I believe this bridge gets somehow, oh my god, repaired after the end of this dungeon, but you can't actually go across it to the other area until after you finish this dungeon once and then come back. Which makes the teleport Waystone Seathstone mission that's up there pretty convenient, because then it's literally right next to the spot where you're going to return anyway. So I'll take it. Literally, I'll take it, because I'm going to take the mission on right now because it's right here. So why wouldn't I? This one should be mission 18, though. Yep, so close yet so far. Good, another Ambling Bellows to fight, although this one, I believe, comes with reinforcements. Not that that'll matter in the face of Thundaga, but, you know. Anyway, who designed this place? It's a maze of dead ends. How am I supposed to find the Ambling Bellows? Excuse me. Guy had heartburn or something. Knowing it's in a twilight cavern doesn't help much when I'm trapped in a maze of the blasted things. Curse my luck, I'm running out of time. I had every intention of fulfilling my focus, and now I'm going to end up a Seath. Well, to be fair, at least you don't have to wander the wilds as a corpse anymore. You can just kind of sit here and let me finish this focus for you. I wonder if they gain eternal rest if they complete their... I'm just going to jump up, it's fine. Like, if we complete their focus for them, the stones are still there because you can repeat missions, but what happens to the person inside? Do they actually, like... There's the mark, by the way, at the end of the bridge. Do they actually, like, get their focus completed? Or how does it work exactly? How do I want to do this? Do I want to go aggression? Because if I go aggression, I can have Hope and I focus on the boxed phalanx while Snow keeps the hoplites at bay, and then we can go from there. Or we could just spam Thundaga. That usually works out pretty well. Where's the phalanx? There you are. Alright, everybody focus on the phalanx. Thank you. And I think I might go aggression, honestly. Just because that way Snow can kind of take on the other ones while I take on this guy. Maybe I'll go Delta attack, actually. Let him get the hoplites' attention, especially since they've been upgraded, so now they hit like freight trains. So... as you can plainly see. As you can plainly see, because I only got hit with lightning in that battle. Jesus Christ. Okay, so start and Sentinel. Got it. I'll switch right over to Delta attack immediately after starting the battle, because that ain't gonna fly. Although I guess I could, like, get rid of them, and then, like, if we get rid of the hoplites, he'll summon more, obviously, but it'll prevent his reinforcements from being problematic, and then we can just kind of, you know. If we beat them up, then he'll waste his time doing that instead of, you know, upgrading them or something. So. No, I need you guys to actually, like, fight the boxed phalanx instead of immediately deploying your attacks to the things that are at the bottom of the list. Fight the thing at the top. It's the most important. Let me try this, actually. Just kind of to see if I can get maybe, like... Okay, D-Protect and D-Shell aren't really going to be the more important things here. But, see, I can't go Combat Clinic because he'll just keep upgrading them until they, like... whatchamacallit. Until they just kill Snow in 1 or 2 hits, which is not, obviously, ideal. But, I don't know, I don't really have trouble with this one like this normally. But, I guess this time I picked the wrong party. I don't know. Or it could also be that Hope just decided not to use Thundaga today for whatever reason. That could come in as a bit of a problem. Alright, well anyway, now we can get rid of him, so. Yeah, like he was just using, whatchamacallit there. I don't know why. Do I have this Spellga yet? No, I don't. Okay, I'll just use Renew. It's fine. We can slowly deal with the rest of them. I should probably go Delta attack, though, actually. I don't know if this will hit anybody, honestly, other than this one, but yeah, it only hit that one, so. As I say, Snow, get their attention, please. Or at least attempt to. So I don't feel like using a Phoenix down here as well. We're already going to get a low star ranking for this one. Alright, so now while he's doing that, let me do this. And then I think we'll go Relentless Assault once we get rid of this one. Let him hit Snow first, then go Relentless Assault so he doesn't just immediately go for Hope right afterwards. Okay, for Christ's sakes, just kill the guy already. Thank you. It doesn't have to be that difficult, guys. Alright, anyway. I'll take that one on the nose. Again, I feel like if Hope had used Thundaga there, like they were all in a nice, neat group, Hope, what was the problem? You could just bzzzt, and then they're no longer an issue because they just fly all over the place. I guess I could have used Hope, and then that would have probably kind of made him a little bit more likely to use Thundaga, because then I could just use Thundaga, but whatever. Anyway, I'm going to use Deceptisol here because you can't get a preemptive strike on these ones without it, so just going to use it, and then we're going to go after the Ambling Bellows. Probably after I... Okay, now he'll use it. Good. Just zap the Sin out of the thing, and then go from there. And just keep zapping the Sin out of the thing so that we don't... Okay, you know what? I'm just going to fight you for a second real quick just to get rid of you. Yeah, launch him up there, Snow, for me. Thank you. So that way we don't have to deal with him, you know, aggroing and redeploying. We'll just get rid of him before his stagger bar goes away. I'm doing nothing to him. Holy shit. Oh, I see, because he's more vulnerable to magic than physical. That's cool. I was like, wait a minute. I did 1600 to an enemy with a stagger, and I have bravery on? Something ain't right here. Hold up. Wait a minute. Okay, we're a dismantler now. That's cool. Anyway, that takes care of that, and so now that stone will act as a teleport point to let us come back into Mahabharata, and then if you didn't beat the Juggernaut previously, you could, I guess, just go back through that way. Although probably I'd teleport to the northern high plane of the Archaeote Steppe and then go through here, because the enemies that you fight along the way there, first of all, are not boxed phalanx, so they're not pains in the ass, and second of all, they get you a ton of CP, so I don't know, I'd probably do that instead, personally. Just because, I mean, you go to the northern high plane, you can instantly grab 6600 CP before even walking in the door, and then there's like 8 groups of enemies before you even get to that stone. Which, by the way, that stone, sea stone that was behind the Juggernaut we fought last time, that's not active at the moment. I think it becomes active, if I remember correctly, at the end of the chapter. So, like, you have to go beat Mission 28 in Erba first. And you might have to beat the end of chapter boss first as well. I'm not 100% sure about that. What don't you like one bit? You were very gung-ho about us riding Sonic the Mechanical Hedgehog a minute ago. You just not like the earthquakes there, big guy? I mean, I can understand that. Nobody likes earthquakes. Like, why would you? I mean, I guess unless you're like a... What's an earthquake? A person that studies earthquakes. I mean, I guess a meteorologist, but... Oh, nice. There's just a nice verdant green valley here. Almost looks exactly like the Vallis Media. And I have a sneaking suspicion it was put here for a very specific reason about the Vallis Media, but we'll talk about that in a second. We got 2 Saints Amulets a minute ago, so I'm going to upgrade one of them into a Blessed Talisman for Lightning. And then we'll sell the Haute Claire as well. because we don't need that either. So we'll sell one of the Saint's amulets, by the way, once we get that far. So let's just put some stuff together. I guess use up all this crap at the top. That's just one, but not the fluffy wool. Okay, and what does it need? 600? Okay, that shouldn't be too hard to get. Especially like that, good lord. It's 170 right there, so you only need 313. What do you give? 318? Perfect. Just finish that right off real quick with low-end materials, and we do not have the upgrade material to make this a Blessed Talisman. I believe it takes a perovskite, if I remember correctly. So I guess we're going shopping. Do I want to do... No, I don't have the materials for it yet. I probably should have shopped for the materials first and then done the upgrading, because I want to upgrade the clay rings, actually, as well. But we'll talk about that in a second. First, we can buy a Gladius now, so if you missed it or you haven't been using it previously and you want a strong strength weapon for lightning, there you go. The Edge Carbine is her magic equivalent. The Blaze Fire Saber is kind of a mix of the two. It does a little bit of both, but it's not particularly good at either one. I mean, I guess it's good enough at both of them. It's like the Vegas or the Wild Bear, so it gets pretty good. It's just not focused on one, I guess. By the Rod of Thorns as well. Not that we really need that. Oh, I'm looking at the Belladonna one. I'm like, wait, that is debuffing on it too? No, it doesn't. Bladed Lance and the Partisan are available here. Partisan is more magic equivalent for her, but don't really need that. Not at the moment, anyway. Usually if I want a magic equivalent, I'll just use the Pandoran Spear because it's got the debilitation on it as well. Speaking of which, it's also available for purchase, as are the Spica Defenders and the Vidofnir, which give you increase the duration of your buffs if you use them. But I don't know, I've never had a problem with the duration of buffs personally, so I just kind of don't use them. You can buy Warrior's Wristbands and Sorcerer's Marks now, so if you need those, those are there. You can also buy Cherub's Crowns, which resist instant death. And normally in Final Fantasies, that's a pretty solid boon to have, so I would recommend potentially getting one. But as far as I'm aware, there's only a couple of enemies that use instant death, and they're all in the final dungeon. So I wouldn't say get one until then. Or rather, let me word that better. I would say hold off on purchasing one until then. Also, Hot Pink Lenora's Garage has new stuff available, the most important of which being superconductors. So we're gonna purchase a few of those right now while I'm here because I need to make some upgrades. So let's see. We need to have a total of 26 superconductors, I think. Let me look at my list here. 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we need 18 superconductors. So let me buy 18 of them. And now we don't have to look at Hot Pink Lenora's Garage again for a little bit. We also need a perovskite. So let's grab that. And we need... Sorry, I'm switching back and forth between my notes and the chat. 2 particle accelerators from R&D Depot. Let's buy 2 of those. We're going to get the other 4 that I need for the General's Belts and Witch's Bracelets through just getting treasures from dungeons, but these 2. I'd rather not wait until after Chapter 11's over in order to finish out the resistances, so I said, no, I'll just buy these 2, it's fine. And then we need 45 Sturdy Bones, 45 Barbed Tails, and 52 Vibrant Ooze. I'm going to buy all 3 this time instead of just Sturdy Bones, because then that way I can hold them all in my inventory at once, so... But yeah, like I said, these aren't particularly expensive, nice and cheap, and they give you... Oh wait, 52. They give you all the effects that you need in order to get the experience multiplier up as high as you need it to get to, so... Alright, now that that's done, that's what we're going to do, Hope, once I'm done upgrading. So, and we'll leave the... Oh, I didn't sell the Haute Claire. I'll do that in a minute. Or any of the other stuff. I'll do it in a minute. Who's got which General's Belt? Alright, so I'm going to upgrade the 2 General's Belts that are equipped by Vanille and Fang specifically first. Then we're going to upgrade the clay rings, and actually I'm going to do the Saint's Amulet first, because that one I don't have to do anything specific with. I just need to upgrade it with whatever materials I have on hand besides the ones I just bought. So we need another 900 experience. I mean, that's instant, so I'll just take that. That's fine. Probably could have sold that Tesla turbine for something else, but what the hell, you know, whatever. Why not? We can sell the Saint's Amulet that we've got, the extra one that we've got. But, okay, so this is one of the General's belts that is worn by either Vidal or Fang. I want to upgrade those two specifically because in about 5 seconds they're going to have a talk. All right, so here's how you want to do this. There's a very specific list of items that you're going to want to use here. We're going to need to use a total of either 45 Sturdy Bones, 45 Barbed Tails, or 45 Vibrant Ooze in order to get everything to where I want it to be. But we need to use them in a specific order to manipulate the experience to give us what we want. So first things first, use 8 of these. That gets you a 1.5 times multiplier, gives you some experience. Then use 10 of them. Gives you a 2 times multiplier, gives you a little more experience. Now use 18. That'll get you up to the 3 times multiplier. That's a total of 36. Now, use the other 9, because that'll get you just a little teeny tiny chunk of experience at the 3 times multiplier, and that'll be enough to push you a little bit over the edge of the experience values that you need to star this in just a minute. On top of that, using the Sturdy Bones here actually reduces the amount, or it adds to the experience, the hidden experience values that I talked about previously, that the item has on it. So now it has, like, basically we use 45 Sturdy Bones, multiply that by 14, and that's, I'm gonna use a calculator for that one, sorry. I could do it in my head, but it would take longer than I need to. So now the item has 630 experience on it in the back. The particle accelerator, which we're going to use right now, if it reduced that value below 501, it would cause the item to lose its 3 times multiplier. But because of the extra 9 Sturdy Bones that we used, if we use a particle accelerator, I think it only goes down to ×2, or no, it doesn't even go down to ×2, it stays at ×3, which means the particle accelerator reduces that experience value, the 630 that we had in there, by less than 129. Probably reduce it by 100 if I had to guess. But what that does is it keeps the multiplier at ×3, which allows us to use 10 superconductors to finish the item off. See? Nice and easy. I mean, not easy necessarily, but easy once you understand how the systems that are underlying the video game work. Which, I'll be honest, this is not something that I came up with on my own. I looked at a web archive of the website XIII, which was a really solid resource for Final Fantasy XIII materials a long time ago, but it was, I forget when it went down. I think 2018 the website got taken down, or maybe the person that made it took it down. I don't know exactly the details, but it is all web archived at the moment, so you could actually just go on the web archive for XIII and look at all this information, and it shows every accessory in the game, every weapon in the game, excuse me, and the most economical methods of maxing out those weapons or pieces of, or rather accessories. So that's what I'm using here. This particular configuration of items that we're using to get these to their maximum experience values is what XIII says is the most affordable method of doing that. I checked a couple of them. I didn't check all of them to see if they were correct, and generally speaking, I couldn't find anything that cost less unless you just had the items on hand to begin with. So I said, yeah, you know, that's pretty good. I'll just go with what they've got there. All right, and now the other 2 things that I want to upgrade are the clay rings that we got. I want them to be Siltstone Rings Star Level, which is their upgraded variation. We have the Cobaltite to do that, and we have the Vibrant Ooze as well. So we're going to use 4 of these. That'll get you the bonus multiplier. Then we're going to use 4 more. It'll get us to 1.5 times, and then just use 1 superconductor. And that'll push it all the way to star level, which gives you 30% earth resistance, which is not bad at all. But we can push that a little bit further if we upgrade it into its next form. So let's use a Cobaltite. It'll bring it down 1% for whatever reason by putting it at level 3. But that's okay because we can just immediately push it back up by using, I think it's 18 Vibrant Ooze. Yeah, and then 2 superconductors. So 18 of these. That'll get it to a ×2 multiplier, and then 2 superconductors will bring it to star level, which gives us 35% earth resistance. Now you can use a Uraninite in order to upgrade this into a Gaian ring, and that will eventually upgrade up to 40% earth resistance, but we don't actually need that until like near the end of chapter 12 for an optional fight that you don't even have to do, but I'm going to attempt to do. The star level siltstone rings are good enough for almost anything you can fight in Chapter 11, with the exception of the adamantoises, which are the parent turtles, the ones with all the armor on them, the ones that have horns, the larger ones. So, but the siltstone rings by themselves are plenty of resistance, even for the adamantulids. You can actually fight them fairly, you can subsist fairly well against them. Probably not yet, but once we reach the end of the chapter, shouldn't be too much of a problem to fight them if you have siltstone rings on. So, all right, so same thing as before. Clay ring, we use 4 vibrant ooze, then 4 vibrant ooze, and then 1 superconductor. This, by the way, is one of the benefits of waiting to play a video game until there's a lot of internet information on it, because then other people do the work for you to figure out the most optimal ways of doing all this stuff. Sometimes it's cool to blaze a trail sometimes, but at the same time, sometimes it's a lot better to just let other people blaze the trail and then just follow the sparks, you know? So, anyway. What we're going to do is we're going to take these 2 siltstone rings, and we're going to take these 2 general's belts, and we're going to equip them both on Fang and Vanille. Let me just sell off the excess, and then once we're done with that, I'm sure you do, considering I just spent like 10 minutes doing this, but that's okay. So yeah, we'll sell off all our excess. The Haute Claire sells for a cool 10,000 gil, so that's not bad. Platinum Bangle we got will sell for 24,000 gil, so I'll take that too. And we have a Saint's Amulet that we can sell that we don't need. I might keep the Morale Talisman I have on Lightning, though, even though I'm planning on eventually replacing it with this Blessed one, just because there might be situations where physical attacks are just better. Like, I'm pretty sure those Rust Puddings that we were fighting, they're resistant to magic, which means that they take, like, 25% damage from all magic spells, whereas physical attacks are normally effective. So it might be better to keep it, and just in case there's any situations she runs into where that becomes a problem. So, and as for the rest of this, I want to keep all this stuff. I mean, I guess those Tesla turbines sell for 900 apiece, so I can chop those down real quick. Don't really need those anymore. Could have sold for a little more if I had kept the one, but you know, that's okay. All right, anyway, before we save, let's just go into our equipment, and let's see. I'm going to take this off of Saz and leave the Aurora Scarf on Fang, but I'm going to give Vanille the Whistlewind Scarf. Leave the General's Belt that's starred on her, and then also give her one of the Siltstone Rings to give her 35% Earth resistance. Same thing for Fang. The magic resistance is nice, but the next opponent that we're fighting only uses Earth, so you don't really need the other magic resistances. So let's give the Aurora Scarf to Saz just so that way he's taken care of in the event that we need him to do something, which we won't. It'll just be a Fang and Vanille fight. How's that work exactly? Well, that's the question that I have, but we'll see in just a moment. I guess I should preface, this is not the first time where a cutscene is going to have a couple of characters singled out in situations where you have the whole party available. But this one's a little bizarre, and I'll tell you why in just a second. Once we start the cutscene. So, well, it's Vanille and Fang. Like I said, maybe now they'll have the talk that they've been avoiding for 10 hours.
Yeah, sure I do. They grew all over Airba.
We can't be far now.
We should go get the rest of the party so that they won't lag behind.
It's my fault Grand Pulse ended up like this, isn't it?
Yeah. Finally figured it out, huh?
I became
Watch her eyes, by the way.
Scarred cocoon. And I left Grand Pulse in this mess. It was me.
So you see that sidelong gaze that she did there? That's like shorthand for I'm lying, but I'm avoiding eye contact so she doesn't know that I'm lying. Someone on the animation team knew that and put that in.
Don't say that.
And I know this is a critical cutscene, but it just impresses me that somebody put the bother into that, because they didn't have to do that. But okay, Vanille, get out of there. Heard you've been talking shit, and by that I mean lying.
Ha! I knew I was right.
Wait, so you were lying?
No
Wah,
more than
wah.
you were. Admit it. You remember everything.
It wasn't your fault.
Vanille, we should talk about this
later.
For now, we have a 42 armed fiend to kick his ass of. That didn't come out right. Anyway, here's Hekaton Kyre, or Hekaton Shear. Hekaton Kyrez is how he's referred to in, you know, SMT, but here he loses the ES, at least in this game. And also in Final Fantasy III, now that I think about it. So they give you a couple of things to work with here. He'll use Looming Wrath at first. After the first two, I would say swap to something that has Sentinel in it, because he will start kicking Fang's ass after that. This is where the General's belts come in handy. And then after he pummels for a while, he'll also use Quake occasionally. Honestly, some of the stuff that he's using might even be... okay, there we go. So when he switches to Looming Wrath, go back to Slash and Burn so that you can build the gauge a little faster, especially now that you have D-Protect and D-Shell on, because it's going to be based on the amount of damage that you do with the spells. So, and if we need to, we'll heal. He'll eventually use Quake, but I'm not really too concerned about it. He uses 3 Looming Wraths in a row before he starts pummeling Fang again, so... And he'll pummel Vanille as well, but that's why they both have General's belts on, because, you know, that way we don't have problems. I mean, I guess if he keeps getting closer to me, that'll become, a problem, but, well, it's not a problem yet. I don't think he's vulnerable to poison, though, so, I mean, how would he be? He doesn't have an HP value, so... I think I might switch to, what is it, Combat Clinic? No, Lifeguard after this Looming Wrath and after this volley. Alright, switch now, so she can challenge him, because after a little while, he will just decide, nah, I'm just going to start kicking your ass now. So, and do, that's not the right person, one more, and then we'll go back to Stumbling Block? No, he's going to Looming Wrath now, so go back to this. Maintain that gauge, though, because that'll help you with keeping the Gestalt moving in the proper direction, so... You know, Thunder seems to do the most Gestalt, so I'm going to use that, actually. Maybe it's just because it's immediate, I don't know.
This'll be quick. Give it your best shot.
I might have to go over to... No, I should be fine. If I keep debuffing him, I should be able to get the Gestalt before we get down too far here. Well, it would have been done right there, but... There we go. And that takes care of that. If you can't make it in time, you could always retry the battle, because then you can set your paradigms before the fight, if I remember correctly, and that'll let you set up a Rav-Sen paradigm, which will let you continue to build his gauge while he's pummeling Fang, so... I don't think I even want to know how that transformation works. Or if she's sitting on his face, because, yeah, also not something I'm concerned with. Anyway, Vanille finally gets her 5th ATB gauge segment and Hekaton Kyre, which is her Eidolon. So I guess that's cool. I have several questions, but I guess that's cool.
You've been shying away from our focus ever since we woke up on Cocoon. I couldn't figure it out, but then it all made sense after hearing that story from Rains.
I just took, you know, 3 chapters to confront you about it.
You knew Ragnarok was the name of destruction.
I mean, all you have to do is see the vision.
Failed. You had to do all the horrible stuff. And I didn't have to do anything.
That is no reason to lie to me.
She's your best friend.
You think that's what I want? You, of all people!
Bet.
Poor kid. You've had it rough.
Fang.
Listen, you're not alone anymore.
I'm so sorry.
Well, it's about time.
Keep that up and you'll have me crying soon.
It's only been like 2 chapters since you said, no, I'm gonna come clean about all this.
We stick together. You hear me?
But yeah, no, like, it's a touching cutscene. It's just like, where's the rest of the party? Why are they not participating in this fight? Why do they instantly pop back into reality like they were disappeared from the entire plot for 5 minutes while Fang and Vanille resolved this as soon as that's over with? And more importantly than that, why did Vanille continue to lie after deciding to come clean about it? It occurs to me that this may be that there was some sort of a rewrite somewhere, because look at the area that we're in, right? Like, this looks like the Valis Media. So what I'm thinking is that at some point in development, that Hecaton Kyre fight happened in the Valis Media. But then they said, oh, Hope gets his Eidolon in the Valis Media. And also the party's not separated when they crash land on Cocoon. So my thinking is, okay, so maybe Vanille and Fang got separated when the party crash lands on, did I say Cocoon? I meant Pulse. And that's what causes only the two of them to be present here. So meanwhile, while the rest of the party is doing their thing and Hope's getting hit, like, if they're not going to give Hope his Eidolon in Chapter 7, that's fine. Give him his Eidolon in Chapter 11. But maybe do it when the party was supposed to be split up, right? Like, have Vanille and Fang be split up, then Vanille gets her Eidolon. Have Hope, Snow, Saz, and Lightning be split up, then Hope gets his Eidolon. The parties meet back up, they finish the Valis Media, and then they end up out on the Archeoled Steppe or something. But for some reason, somewhere in development, they decided, no, this is gonna... We don't want those to happen simultaneously or close together. So they switched it so that it would happen here in this random cave that again looks an awful lot like the Valis Media in the middle of the rust-eaten Mahabara Subterra. It's really bizarre, and I'm not sure why they decided that this was better, because this just feels like it comes out of nowhere. It's like, okay, so she's not going to resolve it, and then all of a sudden they just throw it at you. And it's like, what? What's happening here? Anyway, let's take that stuff off of Vanille and Fang now, because they are finished with, excuse me, that whole mess. So we won't need the Siltstone rings again for just a little while. And yeah, I think I'm going to leave the Whistle and Scarf on Saz. I'm trying to think if I'm going to have Vanille, excuse me, using it soon. But I think if I'm going to have her use it soon, it probably I can just give her lightnings or something. I don't know. Do I want to do... I think I want to use the Blessed Talisman for now, because Thundara hits instantly and is multi-target, which would probably help in situations where we're fighting large groups of hoplites or something like that, or cryohedrons. Because then lightning has, you know, 43, 86. 86 times 2 is 172. So she has 434. 172 is like 606 magic. So that's not bad. That'll work pretty good. Did we get you Saboteur rank 4 yet? No, I don't think we... Yeah, this is rank 4 right here. So I don't think we're going to have enough to get you all the way to Imperil at the moment, but we'll get close. And once we get there... Yeah, we only need a little bit more, so next save point we should be able to get her there. Which definitely means Snow is not getting to Saboteur rank 6, but that's okay. He's going to be lagging a little bit behind, but honestly, I think that might actually come in handy for us, because him lagging a little bit behind on the Saboteur means that our target times aren't going to be too high. So, because he's got lower stats than he normally would if he was just leveling with everybody else rather than leveling secondary roles. And the target times being higher means we should have a higher likelihood of getting 5 stars in any random battles that we're fighting. So, meanwhile, our boss party is basically ready to rumble, so they'll probably have higher values pretty soon, but I'm not worried about that. We'll grab Waterga for Hope, and then we'll go from there. I don't think we're going to bother with using the Crystarium again, though, until after not only just this dungeon, but I think if we go to the next dungeon, well, Firaga will come in handy in the next dungeon, but yeah, I think we'll wait until we're done with both before we use it again, because then Snow probably won't be at the point where he's ready to maximize his Saboteur, but Lightning will definitely be done, and then she can work on something else. So, Saz, what was I working on for you? I think Commando? Yeah, I was. Okay. So you'll get a roll level out of this real quick. Nice. That should be good. Vanille will be the first to finish all of the rolls, because she only needed a very small amount of secondary development, so she'll be hot on your heels there pretty soon, Sess. Alright, back to Synergist to actually use it for stuff. Let's grab all the stuff that I missed out on in the process of getting, what was it, ATB level, I think? And then we'll go from there. And that's an 8,000, yeah, so we'll save for that one. Alright, and you, we finished Ravager up to Arrow, Medic up to Stage 1, and we're not doing Synergist for you, so I think I was working on Commando now. Or rather, I think that was what I was going to work on, because I don't think I had enough CP to do anything else just yet. But either way. Or no, I think I was working on Saboteur, actually, wasn't I? Yeah, I was, because here's Deep Protect and D-Shell. So let's finish this off before we do anything else with Commando. I'll grab Deep Protect and D-Shell. If there's a situation where I very specifically want Fang to cast a certain buff rather than Deep Protect and D-Shell, I'll just control her in the battle, I guess, because that'll just make it so that I know it's happening, you know? So. But yeah, the boosts for each stat that we're getting out of each level are pretty substantial here. I mean, you're getting, you know, between 10 and 30 for each node, which is a lot higher than what we've been getting previously. So that'll help. And then Vanille, who is, like I said, going to be done faster than everybody else. She's already done with Ravager. She's bought everything there. And I think we were working on Medic next, or if that was what I was planning on working on next. No, I think I already worked on this a little bit, because I got all the side nodes. We got Curasa, right? Yeah. I had that in the boss fight, so you'd think I'd remember that. But anyway, just build the gauge up. The Crystarium gauge rather than the Stagger gauge. Oh, look at that. She's already... she's only a couple of nodes away from being done with Medic as well. 10, 20, 28,000, and then she's done. And that's 2 out of her 3 major roles done. She can work on Saboteur. I'll probably just bank the points if I get her done before everybody, like before the chapter's over. So, hey Marie, how you doing? Welcome back. Good evening. Yeah, I've spent the CP mine. Yeah, everybody's built off of their into their secondary roles a little bit. We got a little bit of everything for Saz and Vanille because they don't naturally have either Sentinel, Medic, or both. We got Saz Saboteur Stage 4, Sentinel 1, Medic 1. Fang got Ravager up to Stage 3, Medic Stage 1. Vanille got Commando Stage 1, Sentinel Stage 1, Synergist Stage 2. Lightning is working on Saboteur Stage 4. She got up to Sentinel Stage 3. Snow is probably going to be working on Saboteur Stage 6 for quite a while yet, probably for at least all of this stream and the next stream. And Hope is basically done with his secondary. I think I got him up to Saboteur 4 and Commando 1, and then I said, okay, that's good enough. But yeah, everybody's working on stuff. Some of the secondary roles will come in handy a lot more quickly than I thought they were going to. Like, for example, Lightning's Sentinel role is going to come in very handy in the next area, so we'll talk about that once we get there, though. Yeah, sometimes it's nice to just spend on secondary roles because it makes some fights that would normally be incredibly challenging a lot easier, just because you have access to more stuff that you didn't otherwise have. Or, in the case that I'm talking about here, because you have access to a unique version of Sentinel that nobody else except Lightning and Hope get. And, well, I don't think I'd want Hope to be my Sentinel because he's kind of squishy in terms of his HP. So I think we'll let Lightning do that. She has the second least HP out of anybody right now, but it's fine. She'll be fine. I think we fight the Centurion first in this group. Unless the Rust Puddings hit me, in which case they have accepted death. So you have chosen death. It's about to choose death because, as I say, here they come whacking us upside the head while we're fighting this Centurion instead. Let me go aggression, actually. Punch the Centurion in the face and then off we'll go. Okay, that works. I can Ruinga. You can Thundaga. And I think I'm going to go back to this just because I think, like I said previously, magic is less effective than physical against Rust Puddings. So I was just looking at my auto faith and I was like, oh yeah, I should probably use Ruinga, but no, they're pretty resistant to that, so it might be better to just use Blitz in that situation. I don't know, it seems like we're having a pretty good time as long as you use Thundaga instead of just not using it when the enemies are all bunched up in a nice, neat group for us. I don't know what you were thinking, Hope, but whatever. Oh, we're on the Pulsework Champion. Why are we on the Pulsework Champion? I think I'd rather fight the Cryohedrons first, honestly. I don't know necessarily that I'd want to fight this one specifically, but probably want to fight this one next to me that's getting ready to self-destruct as we speak. There we go. Yeah, like that. And I was going to say, he might blow me up and kill me because, okay, I was too close, but I was not too close in this particular case. Let's see. I could cast Renew. I'll probably do that in a second. Just get a little bit of stuff on him while Snow's doing that. Get Hope up because he got blown up. Yeah, I don't know, sometimes it's weird the way that the game has the AI focus on certain enemies to start with. It's like, no, I don't... Like, that's the least optimal enemy for me to focus on right now. Why are we fighting this one first? Why don't you just, like... And, I mean, it's partially my own fault, right? Because, like, I've got the Aurora Scarves on, so since we've got Aurora Scarves instead of Whistlewind Scarves, the AI will just go. They just rocket right at the beginning of the fight before I even choose all my commands and target a person. They're just like, okay, let's just do this, but... I don't know, usually late in the game, if they have access to AoE stuff, they just spam that stuff, but it might just be because there's not enough enemies in a group for them to be like, yes, Thundaga spam is the optimal play, even if there are 2 enemies. But I don't know. Anyway, Russ Puddings again. You'll forgive me if I don't want to add this to my diet. It doesn't seem particularly appetizing. It's a good thing they stagger easily, because I think they could probably, like, combine together to turn into something a lot more nasty, but they don't seem to deal with being hit in the face very well. Which, fair play, you know? Like, I wouldn't either. Especially if I was made of rust. Well, the Sonic the Hedgehog guy is still causing earthquakes out there, so that's fun. And I believe that up there... Yeah, I think that's another Juggernaut. Okay. There he goes. And you could go up and fight him, but I don't think there's a treasure chest up there that would warrant fighting him, so I'm just going to go down here instead and grab the actual treasure chest, which is right here instead. Like, why would I even bother fighting him, you know? Like, he's worth maybe 3,500 CP for a 3 to 4 minute fight that I have to make special preparations for at the moment. No, thank you. Don't think that's something that I would want to do. He can just hang out. And there are more of them as well. There's some over there, although I don't think we can ever get to that platform. I'm not sure why. Unless that platform is in that secret section of the area that we can't currently get to, but we can get to later. So we got another particle accelerator, though, so now I think we can upgrade the 3rd General's Belt all the way up, but I don't think we particularly need it just yet. So I might wait to do that until later. Since you're already in the cave, your grind spot was literally the entrance. Kill the first robot, kill the second one, then run back between the 2 robots. Should be able to preempt both of them. Once you have Thundaga, you can finish the fights in around 20 seconds. Yeah, and that's a good spot to do it because they give quite a bit of CP. And even if you run a little bit further, you could always run down the Juggernaut hallway with the Cryohedrons, because Cryohedrons give a lot of CP as well. So you run all the way down that hallway and all the way back, you've probably amassed, like, I would say close to 200,000. No, maybe not quite that much. Yeah, distinctly possible. Yeah, maybe not quite 200,000 CP, but like quite a lot of CP just from fighting the robots and the bombs. So, whoop. Okay. Okay, you don't need to get aggro on me. I'm just trying to walk here. I'm walking over here. Okay, I guess we'll fight them straight up. I'm not a big fan of fighting them straight up, but, you know, it's fine. Get rid of the bombs first, because, obviously. Okay, hope they are in a big group now. Firaga, yeah, would be the optimal play. see if I can just get some heat taken off of me real quick. Oh, okay. After we do this, we'll just do a Mystic Tower, get some thunders going, stagger, and then Relentless Assault. Beat him up, and then we'll go after the other one. Oh, okay, we're gonna run out of that gauge because Snow ran out of attacks. It's okay though. Power Chain will keep him sufficiently boosted on his stagger. I don't remember exactly what Power Chain does, but I do know it's a pretty good ability to just have around. So.
Let's keep this up.
All right, cool. That wasn't as challenging as that other one was, and it gave us 7,000 CP. So that will work. Yes, far better of a use of my time than fighting the Juggernaut, because I'd still be fighting the Juggernaut at this point if I had bothered to pick a fight with him. So look sharp, because the Foul Sea certainly does. I could probably hop down behind enemy lines here, huh? And go get them. You can see their little sad eyeballs there. If you look at them the right way, there's little like indentations where their eyes are. Okay, got him. That's the best evasive maneuver. Die so fast the ruin just goes through you. They were really thinking about that one.
No problem.
Then those ones, they died so fast that both my Phyras went through them, but I mean, I guess that's to be expected when we preemptive them. But yeah, like just those three there were worth 3,570 CP. Like that is nothing to sneeze at. Did I go back here and grab this? Like, is there something to grab back here? No, okay. Well, whatever. We had to find out anyway, so I did. But now we can move along. Alright, well with 3 rust puddings in the mix, I'm still gonna kill the Cryohedron first, but... Oh, they're, whatchamacallit. They're fighting each other, so that means less HP for me to have to tank through. So I'll take that. I don't know if Firaga would work particularly well in that case there, Hope, but... yeah, whatever, it's fine. Even with Auto Faith, I'm pretty sure physical attacks still do more damage to these guys, so... yeah, see, like, they're doing... Hope's doing like 100-something with his Thunders, even though they're what this guy's weak to. Meanwhile, we're in the 1300s somewhere with our damage, so... I mean, this cave's a good grind spot if you don't want to juggle a Behemoth King, just saying. Yeah, and honestly, I think they did that on purpose, because they're like, well, some players are just going to, like, straight shot through the story, you know what I mean? So, like, they have to make a whole bunch of CP available in this chapter to make sure that you're caught up to the damage dealing that you need to do in order to get through the next area, so... not the next area, but the one after the next area. Next area is a short one. Although, to be fair, the damage you need to do in that one is also pretty substantial if you go after the optional fights, which we're going to. But, well, I guess according to our map, we're almost there. Oh, wow. Not much peripheral vision on you there, huh, Mr. Bulldozer? Oh, now you'll use Thundaga with just 2 enemies. Okay, Hope, sure.
Ready for the next fight.
But you won't use it when there's a boxed Phalanx and 3 hoplites standing directly in front of him. Okay, I see how it is. I just want you to spam Thundaga with 850 magic, Hope. Is that too much to ask? Oh, here we go again. I don't know, if we get a preemptive, though, on this one, I think we should be able to do some good Thundaga spamming. So... you guys are really almost out of time. I saw Snow's tattoo. Yeah, it's practically open at this point, which is just not a great sign for any of us, so... did I stagger the box phalanx too? Yes, I did. Okay. So, let me do this, actually. Just get rid of him. Because if we keep him in the air, he won't be able to deploy these guys that are down on the ground with him, so... And now we use Ruinga. And Thundaga, because I have no chill. I think that one went through that guy. I think he got killed or something because I didn't get all the points from it that I usually get. Okay, there we go. See, sometimes you just need a preemptive strike on those box phalanxes to make... Is it phalanxes or is it just phalanx? Whatever. To make them more manageable. Sometimes Deceptisol can be handy. No one is surprised by this.
We're almost there.
Yeah, that's what Hope said, and according to our destination marker, yeah, you guys are both correct. So, well, there he goes. What am I examining up here? Debris? Man, why is Ruinga so good? Explosions? Hope, I don't think that's a good idea. This went awry in Chapter 4.
That foul sea must have been slacking.
What, did he not dig the tunnel fast enough? Oh, for Christ's sakes.
Stop already!
Not again.
It's the vile peaks all over again.
Love how we're all nonchalant about it. Meanwhile, he falls 50 feet directly into the tunnel.
Get out of there!
Why is there happy music in the background while Hope is about to get viciously murdered by Sonic the Mechanical Hedgehog? No more hyper metal for you.
Trying to stop it? You can do it.
Why do they have the kind of servos to stop a foul sea? Like, who built these? I guess Pulsians built these things. I just didn't know they built them this well. Good lord, man. Now that's a boxed phalanx.
Go robot guys.
Good lesson for us. Not even a mighty foul sea is a match for the power of teamwork.
Gonna get that one on a fortune cookie, Sass?
Inspiration right there.
Save the sermons, old man. Let's hop on Trailblazer here, while we still have the chance.
See, again, you guys keep talking about hopping on. Where are we gonna hop on? Again, it's not like there's just gonna be some random porthole that we can just sit inside of. How did you get back up here? Anyway. I've had enough questions already today. I'm ready to stop thinking and just move. But yeah, this Fal'Cie is Atomos. I guess that's an interesting use of Atomos. Instead of being the black hole, he digs the black hole. Fair enough. And you can use him as a transport mechanism to get between this dungeon and the next one. Why are they helping you? I don't know. I guess Hope crashing one of their own directly into the danger zone of Atomos is enough for all of them to be like, well, I guess I gotta go on my Union-designated break and use it to stop the force of 1,000 suns? I don't think Atomos has the force of 1,000 suns behind his roll, but he's pretty fast. He's got heat blades. That's got to count for something. Anyway, here's Mission 19, Triangle of Tragedy. It's Iridimu's again, although I think there's more than one this time. Time is of the essence. He must not defeat me in this. I must be the one to slay the Iridimu at Sulia Springs. We were always together, he, my princess, and I. Excuse me, this one's also got gastric acid coming up. But it was he who won her love. Were he now to turn to Crystal, I fear it would break her heart, and so it must be me. Then my princess can live out her days in happiness, as a princess rightly should. You sound like a fatalist, dude. I don't think that's particularly healthy. But anyway, this is Sulia Springs, and this is where we will be maneuvering through. It's a fairly short area. There are some pretty tough fights in here, though, so we're going to have to make some special preparations for that in just a moment. Someone's playing Sesame Street Elmo's Letter Adventure for games done quick. That's funny. Oh, boy. That's just absolutely silly, but you know what? I could see it happening. Someone would optimize the hell out of a kid's game. like that. I mean, to be fair, they do it for Pokemon, and that's the target audience, so... we're going to buy the Nimbletoe boots while we're here, because, like I said, we need some special preparations for a couple of the fights that we're going to be doing here. And the Nimbletoe boots, as it turns out, with Lightning's new Sentinel roll, get the job done pretty efficiently. So, we're going to... Oh yeah, I didn't sell the Perfect Conductors, or the Crystal Oscillators, or the Ice Charm that I just got. Let me do that too, and then we'll make the special preparations. Also probably going to sell at R&D Depot from now on, because there's no, like, bright bloom-inducing white on the screen, like most of the other shops. I mean, I guess it's, you know, it's not like the R&D, not R&D Depot, the Unicorn Mart is the same as Lenora's Garage, where it's just blinding hot pink, but, you know, I'll stick with this. This looks nice and clean in the background. Anyway, get rid of these, get rid of these, keep all this stuff. We'll work with the particle accelerator in a little while once we actually need the third general's belt. We won't need that for a little while yet. Not until we get the other particle accelerators anyway, which we could buy, but we're going to get 3 more from doing a mission in a little while, so I'm just going to get them from that instead. Alright, special preparations. First and foremost, we're going to give Lightning the Nimbletoe boots instead of the Blessed Talisman. I'm also going to remove the Whistlewind scarf, and we're going to give it to Snow. Alright, hero, you get to be party leader for a little while. Don't disappoint me. But we're actually going to use Lightning as the Sentinel for this dungeon. It's going to be kind of bizarre, I'm sure, but we'll make it work. Let's see, how do I want to do this? We want this a little bit different from this, though. We want Com, Sen, Med. So we'll do it that way. Then we want to make this a Mystic Tower. We want this to be a Delta attack. I don't think we'll need Smart Bomb, but just in case we do, I'll make Snow the Saboteur, because at this point he's got access to... well, he's got access to Curse, which I guess is the most important thing out of the whole bunch. This is fine, and that's fine. Okay. And Comsen Med is a little bit iffy in terms of some of the damage we'll be taking here, but ideally, with the Nimbletoe boots, we won't be taking any damage. So, we'll see if it works. Yeah, but Sesame Street optimizing the hell out of... Yeah, I know. It seems silly to me, too, but hey, you know, it happens, I guess. Let me upgrade the Nimbletoe boots to star rank. I'll hold on to them just in case we're going to use them at any other point later, because I can think of at least one more fight after this whole dungeon is done where something like this would come in handy, so... Alright, let's get rid of that. Keep the Chocobo plumes. I'm actually running out of some of the... whatchamacallit? Some of the items that aren't the ones I buy from the shop, which is kind of good, actually, because that means then I don't have to worry about it being... Oh my god. Anymore. Like, I don't have to worry about it just sitting in my inventory doing nothing, you know? Alright, so those are starred. It doesn't affect the evasion rate. The evasion rate is exactly the same whether they're level 1 or level star, so don't worry about that part. But it will give Lightning some pretty good evasion. Especially with the elude ability. I'm not 100% sure how it interacts with the elude ability, but basically, instead of just face tanking the damage with a reduced amount of damage being taken, elude allows Lightning to completely avoid all damage by having them miss. It's kind of like evasion tanking in Final Fantasy II or Final Fantasy XI, if you've played either of those. I haven't played either of those for the stream yet, but we'll address at least one of those later on down the line. I don't think I'll be playing 11, but I will be playing 2, so... But yeah, so that's the idea. We're going to have Lightning be the evasion tank, while Snow and Hope do other things in this dungeon. So, and there's a very specific reason for this. I could probably even demonstrate the very specific reason for this to show why we need evasion tanking, but we'll talk about that in a minute. For now, this. Look, Final Fantasy II, everything scares you. That's because you don't know the raw power of evasion tanking yet. We'll talk about it. You need not fear the final dungeon if you have an evasion tank. Even Death Riders don't pose a threat, as long as your evasion's high enough. Need to be able to avoid 13 hits pretty reliably. Sometimes that's tough.
We're all gonna be okay.
I think it's 13 anyway. I think that's the break point. I could be misremembering. You make a habit of just dropping that in a place where it could fall in the water and be lost forever, Snow? Isn't it kind of an important heirloom that she gave you?
So pretty. Sarah, you'd been crying, hadn't you? Back when we first met?
When did you meet Sarah? I guess we're going to find out, because here's another flashback
Destroy it.
to day
I
9.
decided to do nothing and wait to become a thief. But because I did nothing, others got dragged into this nightmare, and I was the one to blame.
I don't actually know if that's true. I can't say why just yet, because we're not looking at the data log, but we can talk about it after this cutscene. This is actually the last cutscene for the 13 days section of the data log, so if you've been looking to finish that out, this is the cutscene you're waiting for. This gets you all the info as far as I'm aware.
Oh, sure you don't mind. I mean, I'm not keeping you from anything, am I?
Only my focus, and my boyfriend.
Don't worry. I could sit here for hours. Hey, Sarah. Do you think we'll meet again? We might. Sure.
It's kind of a weird thing to ask a stranger, isn't it?
See, the thing is, I was chasing after someone. And there's something I really need to apologize for. But I just can't ever find the words. Gee, that's gotta be tough, huh? Yes.
Okay, cameraman. Cameraman, you're inching really close to some really awful territory here. You need to stop moving that. No, stop. You need to stop right now. It is not okay anymore. Okay, there we go.
Really? Sometimes things seem easier when you look at them from a distance, you know? But does that really work?
I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one.
Good question. I'll let you know. Actually, I've been trying to keep something at a distance myself lately. Like what? Don't laugh, okay? It's a dream I had. A bad one. I dreamt I destroyed the world.
You had that dream too?
It was terrifying. I needed some time alone. It had me so scared. I tried to run away.
Now, they don't exactly say
My boyfriend.
when she had the dream of destroying the world. The implication is that she had it after she got branded by Anima.
Running away and
but-
leaving behind the people you care about? That isn't love.
Okay, but wait a minute.
Though you might just want to keep them safe. Shutting them out of your life only hurts them more. The point is, I have people I can count on. I'll make it through.
So,
I think you'll be fine.
Vanille was handed the lesson that she's been trying to figure out on a silver platter before the story even began, and she spent 11 chapters struggling with it?
I'm so sorry.
Like, okay, I guess that makes her feel human, but it also makes this cutscene feel worthless. Like, you don't do something like this unless it's going to be for character growth. That's how story writing works, right? Like, she's been sitting on that for 2 weeks. What?
You mean you met Sarah?
Yeah, cameraman with the Lenny face during that camera pan.
Tried to hide our focus, and she ended up a lassie.
See, again,
I wanted to say I was sorry, but
I'm not sure that's how that works.
Well, when we rescue her, maybe you'll get the chance.
I'll say why in a minute.
I hope so.
Come on.
I think Sarah saw the same vision of Ragnarok that we did. Which means Daisley had to be lying when he explained her focus. I think she beat it. She handed Cocoon over to us, and that's what made her turn to Crystal.
Yep. I know.
Had that character development about 1.5 chapters ago, Vanille. Don't need to worry about that anymore. I don't know why you didn't register that. Already crossed that bridge. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like they should have ended like everything after him saying "come on" in that cutscene feels like it's in the uncanny valley. And again, it's still like, why did Sarah give Vanille the answer to all the problems that she's had for the last 11 chapters before the 11 chapters even happened? And they don't acknowledge them at all. It's like she's starting fresh. Like, what? Well, I'm sure you could. It's ceratosaurs. That's why lightning is the sentinel, because there are ceratosaurs. And they exclusively use physical attacks, which means if she's dodging them, well, we don't have to worry about that when she dodges them now, do we? Also, Snow's blitz is really, really fast, so just like most everything else that he does. So no shock there. But that's what we're going to use him for, effectively, is kind of physical. We'll have Hope be the magical, and we'll have Lightning be the defense, quote-unquote, against these guys. And against Ceratosaurs, you don't really need to go hard on them. Like, that preemptive strike basically destroyed that entire fight. So it might seem silly to be like, oh yeah, well, you know, use Lightning as a sentinel here. Well, in a minute I'll show you why. Because there's a hidden objective here. You go down here.
What do you suppose that is?
Good question. Let's find out. Yeah, oh, he has a roundhouse kick for a blitz. Actually, I missed the grenades. I wish I had the grenades back. That'd be so funny. Just throw around.
Looks like a fish are biting.
Didn't even need any bait.
Protects the waterfront.
Must think we came to stir up trouble.
So does that make this Fal'Cie Bismarck if the other one was Atomos?
Should we probably be heading off now?
I don't actually know.
Looks like it's a little late for that.
Like, I don't remember anyone ever covering this in a walkthrough that I've watched.
It should be clumsy out of the water. If we can get it to follow us onto dry land.
Maybe
I
not.
got a feeling it's not.
No. I think the person that responds to Lightning saying that there depends on who your party leader is, though, because I've done this before with Lightning as party leader, and she's like, okay, never mind, basically. So anyway, having Bismarck, question mark, come out of the water pulls 2 new islands up instead of fighting you. He did that evil mastermind plan 101 where he says, instead of fighting me, I'll just have you fight my minions, even though I could squash you all like a bug. And these fights are actually really hard. That's 3 Orobons and 2 Ceratoraptors, and if you remember from Mission 16, Ceratoraptors are the ones that can summon Ceratosaurs to the battlefield. I suppose for the purpose of demonstration, I could just show you what the battle looks like normally, because it's a mess. What the hell is that? That's a Fal'Cie? I don't think I ever fought the white whale there. Yeah, like I said, I don't know why. Like, it shows up for that one cutscene, and that's it. Like, this is all you get out of that interaction, is these 2 islands with multiple treasures on them. This particular island is the one I'm looking for, because there's a Uraninite on it, but we got to get through this first, and I'll just show you. So, the 3 Orobons are not particularly challenging on their own. I mean, they have a low stagger threshold, so you can kind of deal with them that way. But the problem comes with the Ceratoraptors using Courtship Dance and just being really annoying. You can launch them up in the air, and that helps a little bit. But I personally find that after a while, things just get out of control because all 3 Orobons will attack one particular person, and they'll keep interrupting them. There's just Ceratosaurs everywhere, and this is usually the result. Eventually, one person gets knocked around enough that they go from almost full health to dead in 2 or 3 rounds. So, I mean, we're okay for now because we're alive, but, I mean, I admit I'm not really trying to heal anybody because I know how this goes normally, but... Okay, nice kicks, Snow. But yeah, once you get rid of the Ceratoraptors, the fight's a little easier, but not necessarily. So, obviously, you're like, okay, well, let's use a Sentinel, right? Well, even with the damage mitigation, I've had trouble having Hope keep up Snow's health, even with, like, a Comm Sen med. So instead of that, let's use the lightning sentinel strategy that I was talking about previously, shall we? So we'll start on Delta attack. And just for good measure, since we have multiple extra Fortisols, I'm going to get the Fortisol count down to the Aegisol count by the time we're done with these 2 islands. Let's use a Fortisol. I won't bother with the Deceptisol. We'll use the last one we have in a little while. And then go on Blast. Yeah, Ceratopraptor. I know you're probably going to stagger that guy, but... So what now will happen is Lightning will provoke everybody. And once she has everybody provoked, she'll use Elude. And we can focus on the Ceratopraptors while she's eluding. If we get to the point where Lightning is getting low on health because she isn't dodging, I can just switch to Comsen Med to keep her somewhat healed, which probably is going to happen in a minute because it doesn't look like she's keeping them at bay as much as I would want her to. So let's just heal her real quick while I take care of the Ceratopraptors. Alright, heal yourself now, Hope, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, see how she's using Elude there? So now she'll basically have a really high evasiveness rate to the point where Hope can keep her very well healed up with the Eludes. So, and then we'll have her refresh, deal with the Ceratopraptor, get out of my way, Orobon, you're not helping. And once the Ceratopraptors are dead, see, they only summoned 1 Ceratosaur this time, so that should make us a lot more manageable, especially with Lightning dodging everything. So, it allows you to keep the battlefield under a lot better control than you otherwise would be able to in this particular situation. So. Alright, and now we deal with the Orobons, and as a matter of fact, since we're dealing with the Orobons, let's Blitz. Okay, maybe not, because he's not anywhere near his friends there, so let's just do it this way. And again, if you need to heal Lightning, you can just do that now. So you just kind of, you know, have Hope go to Comsen Med, and then there you go. Like this. Okay, maybe I Phoenix down her now. There we go. Of course, now she's going to have to provoke everything, but you should still be able to make it work with Comsen Med going. Alright, now start eluding so I can actually, like, kill this thing in 1 stagger, please. There we go. Alright, heal her up, Hope, and then we'll go back to Delta attack to finish this thing off. Okay, do it now while he's up in the air. Nice. And that should be it. Yeah, Snow, whenever you're ready. Volleyball Spike. Sometimes it's nice to play as other characters too, though, just because it allows you to see what some of the animations look like. And I don't know, I just get a kick out of some of the animations, so. Alright, and once we get down to 2, I think then we can be a little bit less inclined to, whatchamacallit, use Lightning as a Sentinel. We can kind of just have her contribute to the offense, but I don't know, I think for now we're okay. Snow has some fun commando animations. Yeah, it's pretty good. How hard have I thrown, Piece of Yoshi? I've thrown so hard it was on purpose. That's how hard I've thrown. But welcome back, Piece of Yoshi. How you doing? We're playing Final Fantasy XIII. I have Lightning as a Sentinel right now, so I don't know if that tells you if I've thrown or not. I did that on purpose, for what it's worth, so that could give you an impression. I don't know. You've got them both provoked now, right? Yeah, you do. Okay, back to Delta attack until I finish this guy off, and then we'll just finish off the Ceratosaur by itself. I mean, I could probably do it without Lightning eluding at this point. You know what? I'm actually going to go back to Relentless Assault. We don't need Lightning eluding when we've got this guy staggered. He's the big problem, so... And now the Ceratosaur. Stabilize that gauge. There we go. Wow, what did he do? Try to jump at me and then get stuck in midair? Alright, but anyway, that takes care of that. And yeah, as you can see, the target time for that battle was very high, so... But it gave you 8,000 CP. So, and these 2 treasure chests, so that's pretty good. That's the toughest one, by the way, out of the 2 that you have to fight that Bismarck put here. The other one only has 2... No, it has 2 Ceratopraptors, but also 2 Orobons on it. So, the Riptide Ring, I think, is the 2nd level of water one. Water resistance ring, if I remember correctly. Nothing I particularly care about. If I need water resistance, I'll just bar water. So, alright, are we on Delta attack right away? We are, okay. Then let's do this! Wait, hold on, Fortisol, never mind. I forgot the Fortisol. It's okay, we can fix that real quick. Whoops. There we go. You've become a full sports hater. Blame sports Twitter. As in, you now wish for the outcome America will dislike the most. You still like football. Which football are we talking there? Are we talking, like, American football, or are we talking the rest of the world football? But, honestly, like, I don't want to be like, oh, yeah, well, you know, this is what I did. But, like, I got rid of my Twitter in 2021, and my mental health is so much better now than it was when I had Twitter. I don't even have to worry about any of the drama, any of the bullshit that comes up on Twitter anymore. It's so nice. Do I switch to Mystic Tower? No, I think I just keep punching this guy. Honestly, I'm kind of okay with it. Oh, Hope's dying. Hold on. I'll fix that in a second. Lightning, did you not get everybody's attention? Okay, hold on. Maybe Renew would be a better situation here. Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened just there. Well, anyway. While you guys do what you're supposed to be doing, I'll stabilize the gauge over here. I kind of wish that overhead that he does at the end just, like, flattened the enemy, if I'm honest. It looks like it should. It looks like it hits pretty damn hard, so... Maybe it's just because she's trying to provoke so many enemies, and so, like, it only works occasionally, you know? I mean, Hope's keeping her relatively up, so I guess I shouldn't be... I spoke too soon. Do I need a Renew in here, Hope? I can do another one. I've got 3 more TP. I'm gonna Renew again so we can go back to Delta attack. Alright, there we go. Because I think she's eluding now, so we should be able to get this back in control at the moment. And once we get rid of this guy, we can kind of just go a little crazier, because there's a whole bunch of enemies. I'll probably blitz a bunch. Orobon, I said you're not helping. Get out of here. Can I blitz now? I think if I go after, yeah, these guys, I can blitz, so. I'm just gonna blitz in the middle. Maybe it'll let Hope, do a little bit more, whatchamacallit? Like, it'll convince Hope to do more Firagas, because that's what I want him to do, but... yeah, Hope. Maybe keep the healing up? Are you out of CP? That's fine, I guess. Well, while they're all kind of hovering around Lightning, I'll just... Oh, she's dead. Yep. Hope, you need to heal faster! I mean, I can handle a few Ceratosaurs, it's fine, especially now that they're not going to respawn, but they're still annoying. And the Orobons aren't exactly cooperating either, so... I was going to say, I don't know if you should be doing Curas at the moment. I think you should just be doing whatchamacallits. Alright, go after the Orobons next. And then do this for refresh. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. I mean, it'd be nice if Hope had the whatchamacallit as well, but this works. Okay, that gets rid of the Ceratosaur. More Thundaga spam. I'll take it. And pretty soon we'll be in good shape. Lightning, maybe keep eluding instead of doing whatever you just did. Wait, hold on. Okay. I'll wait for him to be done. When they come down, that's when I'll attack. So that way we're always kind of attacking them in between. Like, that way they can't even get any foothold at all. And also so that they're not up in the air when I try to kick them. There we go. Got him. America is in the message mono. Yeah, I suppose I should have gotten the context clue, shouldn't I? Using Twitter wrong. Use it daily and you only really pay attention to art and cute clothes. There you go. Still got to converse with your 49er fan friends. We've become a cult ATV. It's honestly sports media more so than sports Twitter. Okay. Yeah, see, I don't know. I haven't paid much attention to sports media in a while. It's just not something that I've been concerned with, I guess. I've always been more a fan of actually playing whatever sport is being talked about than, like, watching other people play it. I mean, unless it's... There's certain sports where I'm like, yeah, no, I guess I don't need to play tackle football. I'll play flag, I guess. But yeah, no, like, certain ones, like when they would cover... excuse me, when they cover Wimbledon or stuff like that, it's like, I mean, it's cool. I'm glad these people are doing well, but I'd much rather play tennis than watch other people play tennis, you know? Or golf. I'd rather play golf than watch other people do it. I think I'm going to use this Com-Sen-Rav combination here, even though there's no Ceratopraptors. I just feel like it would work okay for this. And then once we get through this battle and the next battle, Lightning can finally have had enough, and we can let her spam Thundara for a victory against those Iridemus because they're all weak to electricity. So let's just punch him in the face so he doesn't water. Kick him in the face, whatever have you. Okay. Oh, I've been slowed by somebody. Well, that's fun. Do I need to switch for... Yeah, I'm going to switch for Solidarity. Because someone's dying. Okay. It's not me, but I'd rather they not die. Hope, get the healing off real quick so I can switch back to Delta attack so we can kill this Orobon before he does anything stupid like that. Really? Okay. Yeah, okay. Go after these guys because they're all in a nice group, so Lightning can keep them all busy while I do this. And there we go. Oh, good. Yeah, get the Orobon in there too, so that way we can just hit everything with blitzes and Firagas. Now, all of you stay in the group. I'm just going to use one blitz because the Orobon's backing up and I don't need that, so... I need you all in one place. Goodbye. Yes, Snow, we don't really have much of a choice. We have to see that. Alright, Relentless Assault time. I'll wait for them to... No, I won't, actually. I'm just going to punch him in the face. Sure you can! And then send him skyward again. And I think I'll go aggression now. I think we should be able to, yeah, like Snow said, finish him off. Yep.
Just too easy.
Just hit him with the all-out attack. Reminds you of how you felt with League a decade ago? Tried watching League Championships and your only thought and feeling was, why the hell am I watching this? Why am I not playing the game myself? Well, I don't know about League, though. I've heard horror stories about playing League yourself. Ever play a tower defense game and hate one character or card with a burning passion and realize when you use them that it's funny? Because that's you right now. Are you okay? Seeing the light of Rose Dark Matter Dragon Fruit decks and is it Plants vs. Zombie Heroes? This will not make you any less salty when they are used against you. I didn't even know they had a tower defense. I mean, I guess technically speaking, Plants vs. Zombies itself is a tower defense game. But yeah, I didn't know there was another one. That's cool. I played the original. I never played any of the other ones. So. Ceratopraptor, so since that's the case... Oh, okay, I guess I can go over here instead. That's fine. Yeah, since there's a Ceratopraptor, we'll keep the Sentinel loadout just in case it decides to summon 16 million more Ceratosaurus to the battlefield. And then we'll go from there. There's the Raptor, there's the Raptor. Just blitz, even though the enemies are not exactly close by. There we go. Send them skyward, and then I'll load the rest of my stuff. Oh, no, I don't want you to do 3. I want you to do 5. There we go. Well, she's dodging now, so that's a good thing. Use the ATB refresh, though. Sure you can! And back. I think I explained it previously, but every 12 seconds, if you do a paradigm shift, you get an ATB refresh. So basically all your ATB bars come back. It equates to approximately once every 2 rounds of attacks, basically. It's not exact, but it's pretty close, so... Oh, because she's still provoking, that's why I'm like, what's the problem here, Lightning? I mean, I guess it isn't working quite as well as it could be, but honestly, it made that one battle possible, so that's the important part for me. Think Clash Royale, but lots of cards instead of troops. You actually don't actually know what genre that is, but you're defending something. Yeah, it's probably tower defense. You could probably make the argument. So... Alright, mission 19 is over there. It is 4 Iridemus, and Lightning has had enough. Let's just take a look at how this will go, because it will go something. So we'll switch back to this. We'll give her the Blessed Talisman, and then we'll go from there. Get Combat Clinic back here. And yeah, I think, honestly, if we just spam Thundaga, Thundara, all that stuff, this shouldn't take long. I mean, it's, like I said, it's just... It's 4 Iridemus. At this point in time, we've beaten enough of those. Well, we've beaten one of those, but we've beaten enough other wolf-type enemies where it's like, okay, I got this on lock, it's fine. I mean, if I could get a preemptive strike, it would have been great, but we won't need it. Look at how bunched they are. And Hope still doesn't go for Thundaga. Probably because he doesn't know they're weak to Thunder. Somehow. Even though I already fought one. Seems bizarre to me, but okay. Am I gonna... No, I don't think I'm gonna switch, honestly. I was gonna switch to Delta attack, but they're grouped up enough to where I don't think I care enough. Hope, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Just keep doing that, man. Keep doing that. We'll get through to the other side pretty quick. There, see? Look at how much faster that goes when you use Thundaga, Hope. I knew you could do it. Yeah, nothing to worry about there. Just spam Thunder spells and you're good. Does anyone use Triple Ravager in this one? It can be good if you have the gauge stabilized. I'll probably use it later on in the game once I have like a bunch of Saboteurs to get debuffs on enemies, because Saboteurs can stabilize the gauge pretty effectively. It's just, if you use Triple Ravager without stabilizing the gauge with a Commando or a couple of Saboteurs first, the gauge goes down really fast, to the point where the stagger doesn't last very long, because sometimes, I mean, unless the enemy's, like, got a really high stagger gauge, but even then it's hard to keep it stable if you just use 3 Ravagers, so... It'll get used. I'm just not using it at the moment because I don't find it particularly good, I guess. I'm gonna go back. Goodbye, Ceratopraptor. I would much rather get a preemptive if I can on you. So then I can just kill you without the problem. Because you're by yourself for some godforsaken reason, so... I'm just gonna auto-chain. Alright, so it's Flame Strike. But as long as we keep it from Courtship Dancing, that's the important part, and looks like Snow's got that on lock, so... Alright, but we're through the hard stuff now, so I don't think we need to switch Lightning back. Why did it give me Flame Strike if I have a Blessed Talisman on anyway? Do the Ceratopraptors take less damage from magic? For some reason? Alright, whatever. Guess it doesn't matter. I was gonna say, Hope, maybe go after the ones that I'm going after. You're a Ravager, so you should be. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Holy hand grenade spam time! What the funny part is I actually tested out what this looks like if you use a different setup to where Lightning has like primarily a magic build rather than a physical build, and it's not all that much different in terms of how it looks, even though in that build I'm not using a Whistlewind Scarf, using something else. But I'll talk about it probably on the next stream when we make everybody's weapons maxed out at tier 1, and we'll be switching a couple accessories around, basically. Not much, but just a little. So, Until that point, don't worry about it. It's fine. Nothing to concern yourself with. Well, here's a dormant Seath Stone. I don't remember if that one shows up at the end of Chapter 11 like the one that's in Mahabharata. It might and it might not. It's purple, so I don't remember what that means. I think that's just a regular mission, but I could be wrong about that. But yeah, I guess we don't get to see Bismarck again because it hasn't, I mean, showed up, put 2 islands down and then gone. I mean, I guess that's fine. You know, go back to the ocean or something, but seems strange to just introduce them and then, okay, they're gone. It felt more like a tell, don't show situation, I guess, because it's like, I mean, they showed it, but they showed it by first having Vanille explain, this foul sea protects the water. Well, anyway.
Hey, Sarah, what dreams are you having up there?
You figure we can stop here today? I think we're all kind of tired.
I mean, you don't have to tell Lightning twice. She's dodged about 300 attacks since we started today. We otherwise would have had to buy a Uraninite if I didn't get that one, though. And it costs almost 45,000 gil to get one, so I said, no, I think I better get that. Just to make sure.
How's Sarah?
Same as we left her.
At least she's not drifting on the breeze like so much gigantic cotton.
So far away now. Sarah says she wants to talk.
No, Lightning, you're supposed to hold it up to your ear.
She'd probably prefer it if you skipped the lectures.
Also, don't tell her you can hear the ocean.
Hey!
Once we're home, what's your plan? You're getting married, right?
What's that?
Sarah wants to know.
And so do I.
Don't scare me like that.
You are getting married, aren't you? Don't you let her down, you hear me?
Well, I think that's as close of a sign of a family approval as you're gonna get,
Don't
Snow.
worry. This tear will be her last. I'll make sure of that.
That's all I need to know.
We will see her, right?
Don't go there.
Well, at least it's not the gun this time.
You're right.
We'll see her again. And soon. You convinced me of that. So stay strong.
Don't worry. We'll finish this and go see her together.
You know, I never noticed that Lightning starts crying a little bit in that scene before. That's really interesting. I think that's the only time in the entire game she actually shows that degree of, like, deep grief over Sarah being in a fate worse than death. Most of the time before this, she's just been kind of moving and moving and moving, so she doesn't really have much time to think about it, but that's an interesting little expression there. Anyway. Wow, Lightning came round to Snow. That's development if I ever saw it. Yeah, everybody's getting their character development. Hope's all done, so everybody's like, okay, I guess we got to catch up now. Oh, we got a Narstone in there as well. Okay, well, don't need that, but if you want to upgrade any more collector's catalogs, or I think those are for tier 7 weapons or 6 weapons. Did I talk about weapon tiers yet? I don't think I did. It's not really anything you have to worry about though, but like basically the better a weapon is at base, the higher tier it is, and so it needs a different upgrade material. Like, I guess for an example, Wild Bear is like a tier 3 weapon because it's the starting weapon, so it isn't particularly good at any one thing. It doesn't have an ability on it, anything like that, so it's fairly low. Whereas if you have the Pandoran Spear, excuse me, this is like a tier 6 weapon, I want to say. It's got improved debilitation, which is probably one of Fang's best passive abilities that she's got on it, and it takes a lot more experience to level up. So it just determines what catalyst you need to use in order to upgrade it. Like, again, for an example, the Wild Bear needs Perovskite, I think, in order to upgrade into its second form, whereas the Pandoran Spear, you need a Scarletite, and, well, considering we've only gotten one of those, as you can see, those are pretty rare, and they cost 100,000 gils, so that'll run you a little bit. Alright, so we're at the end of Solia Springs now. It was that short of a dungeon, but we'll just get Lightning finished up with Saboteur. Just get her to Imperil. If you keep going, you can get her Poison as well, but since she's going to be in the random battle party for basically the rest of the game, you really don't need Poison in pretty much any random battle, at least not in my opinion anyway. So, alright, what do we got over here? We got everything over here? Yeah, we do. Okay. Let's grab this, and then we'll go grab... I think that's Aurora over here? Yeah, I think so. Funny part is I'm pretty sure at this point... I haven't really said it yet, but I'm pretty sure Hope's HP is actually higher than Lightning's because of the way that I leveled her up. I don't know how to feel about that, if I'm honest. We could get the roll level before getting these. Nah, I'll just save for it. It's fine. Actually, I can look at that. Hold on, let me just go back to the party screen here. Well, it's not higher now, but once he finishes Ravager, he'll be working on Medic, since that's the only other thing I really have him doing at the moment. And he gets a lot of HP from his Medic stuff, so... Alright, 30,000, and this is 18. So we can get you up into Stage 6, but Stage 6 takes a while. Let's see, so 18, 36, 54, 72, 90,000. 90,000 more CP, Snow, and then you can finally start working on your actual rolls again. Sorry, I just want to get all their secondary stuff done before I start working on the other stuff. It just, to me, that just, I would rather get that out of the way for the entirety of the game so that then I can just not have to worry about it, basically. Alright, and there's Aeroga for Hope, so now he has all of the Tier 3 spells for Ravager. He also has his roll level in Ravager now, so we can start working him on Medic. And I think we already bought, yeah, everything before that, so... And we'll keep going. There we go. But yeah, see, now he's actually got more HP than Lightning does because of the way that I've leveled him up. That's kind of sad, Lightning. Not gonna lie, the kid's pushing you out on HP. That's rough. 36k, damn, that's probably why I didn't focus on the secondary rolls. Yeah, and like I said, I think Slow is too high on Snow's Saboteur list. It kind of gives Fang an unfair edge as a Saboteur when Slow is so high in everybody else's Saboteur lists. Like, I don't think Saz gets it until stage 9 or 10, which is really rough. But Snow gets it at the earliest out of anybody that gets it, which is at stage 6 still, which is kind of crazy. It's a lot of CP to invest, but it will make him a very effective Saboteur in situations where we're fighting one large enemy in random battles and we need to get Slow and Curse and Daze and Fog and Pain. And I don't feel like having Fang out to do that. Fang will always be the better of the two as a Saboteur because she gets more than one roll level before the end of the game, but yeah, you know, it's just in case. Plus we can boost the chain gauge up, and Snow is pretty effective once we boost the chain gauge up no matter what, because Saboteurs in general are pretty effective with the chain gauge boosted. So let's see, you're done with that. Almost done with this, and then you'll be working on Ravager. So probably this spread with Saz is pretty much what they expected you to do with the secondary roles. Maybe just like get in, you know, unlock all of them, and then maybe focus on one a little bit, but then primarily focus on the primary roles instead. Although I think we have a little more CP than most people do because we spent so much time in this step, so that might also be part of it. I wasn't working on this, I was working on Saboteur for you. And it is just about maxed out now, so then we can come back and work on Commando. Good, good. And then we'll work on Sentinel last. I just have to remember not to get her in Trench or Vendetta, because Snow's already got that, and we don't need Fang having that. So She'll get some pretty good commando abilities, though, from this set of skills here. Can't quite get Ruinga because we need about 180 more CP, but that's okay. We don't need Ruinga at the moment. We will use something else. And you are finishing up this after we get Curaja. Which, like I think I said with Curasa is based more on how low the your ally's HP is, and it heals for more the lower. Yes, it says up there, restore HP to targets in range proportional to amount of damage each has taken. So the lower their HP, the more it restores. So this is just the AoE version, basically. And then... Okay, Vanille. That's 2 level 4s for you already, and you haven't had to avoid buying anything like Fang, so let's work you on Saboteur. And once you're done, like I said, we'll probably just bank this stuff. Okay, there's Poison Ga. Don't really care for that, honestly. Don't think that'll ever come in handy, even in boss fights where there's, like, multiple enemies, because usually if there's multiple enemies, they're pretty easy to kill, so... Alright, so we'll work on Imperil Ga, I guess. Once we get a little more CP together, but we need to get to 90,000 before I probably am going to buy anything again, just because that's where Snow will, whatchamacallit, be able to finish off his Saboteur stuff, so. And I think I know exactly what I'm going to use that last Deceptisol on in a little while. I don't think we're going to need to worry about it just yet, but I think I know what I'm going to use it on, so. Alright, we'll hold on to the Nimble Toe Boots as well, just so that way we've got it. I don't need the Gnar Stone, though, so we'll get rid of that. And I only need 1 Cobaltite, so for the last clay ring, so let's just get rid of that. We need a total of 4 Uraninite, though. We need 1 for Vanille's weapon, and then 3 for the Siltstone rings to make them Gaian rings. So since that's the case, we'll just hang on to that stuff, and I'll hang on to the rest of this until we're done with all of our upgrading, and then I'll get rid of all the garbage. I should probably also get rid of some of my potions, because I've got like 35 and we're basically never using them, so... Anyway, we got here actually faster than I thought we were going to, so let's go see what's through the other side here. Bit of a long walk, but that's okay. And I mean, I guess I suppose it makes sense that that one area looked like the Valles Media, since you're going to have a little bit of stuff out here. Well, actually, maybe not, because I don't know how far away Sulia Springs is from Mahabara, so... I was going to say makes sense because this is just on the other side of the tunnel, but it's not. It's like a potentially a significant distance away because Atomos took us here, so... Yeah, I don't know. Either way, we're moving right along, and I think I'm just going to pass that save point right up. I don't think we're going to need it. I know what I'm going to use that last Deceptisol on, actually. It's right out here, because there's another Waystone mission that we're going to have access to in just a short moment here. Once we make it here, though. Wow. Well, there's the tower that would have given me PTSD if it showed up before Subterra.
We get through there, and we'll be in Abba.
I gotta tell you, if I never see Shadowseeker again in my life, it'll be too soon.
Doesn't exactly look like it's gonna be a leisurely stroll.
No, we'll probably be eaten by Amphispina along the way. Okay. I guess we found its lair?
So we just head through this Foul Sea's lair to get to Erba, right?
Saz, you're being a cartoon character again.
What's another Foul Sea at this point, huh?
I mean, how many have we killed at this point? 0. And to be fair, he just one-shotted 3 Amphispina. We can't do that exactly, Lightning. We might need some help for this one.
There's something strange about that one.
What's so strange about it? That it's a Waystone? Let's find out. I think he's talking about the Foul Sea, actually, but it's a little bit of a weird line. Anyway, here's Mission 20. Words Unspoken. It's another Goblin Chieftain, but this one's got some help. Talk about it when we get there. When Father told me he was leaving us, I struck him full in the face. I can still remember the look in his eye to this day. Just as I'll never forget the way he picked himself up and left without a word. I found out later that he had turned to crystal. It pains me now to think of how I never made any attempt to understand how he suffered under the burden of his focus. That is why I must triumph over the goblin See, you have this horror story of bad family drama, and then you just say, that's why I must triumph over the goblin chieftain. And I'm like, nope, can't take this seriously anymore. Goblin chieftain. But it's near Tajin's Tower, which is the next dungeon, so that someday I can tell him that I am sorry. Well, you won't be telling him sorry anytime soon, but at least you'll look over his resting place for all eternity. I would assume this is his resting place anyway. What the fuck is that? What is that thing? Got a face only a mother could love. How the hell do you eat with those pincers on your head? I forget what he's weak to, honestly. Well, he absorbed something in there. Oh, electricity. Okay, so he's, I think, actually no, I think I remember what he's weak to. I think he's weak to water. Do I go Rab Sab? I'm gonna go Rab Sab Rab. I think we can get Curse and maybe even Daze on him. Okay, well we got Fog on him. I wonder if that prevents him from Storm Conducting. He can use a move called Storm Conduction, which electrocutes himself and also it heals him, but it also electrocutes you while he's in the process. Basically, he uses it on an AoE, including himself. So, but he's susceptible to Curse and Daze, and I guess Fog as well. So that's good to know, because fogging them will probably make them a lot easier to deal with. So I'll keep that in mind for when we fight multiples. For now, we're just fighting one at a time. Multiples, that'll be later. Still can't get over his design, though. Like, what the hell is that on his head? Look at his lips. Wait, wrong meme. Never mind. I mean, it is kind of his lips, I guess. Snow? A little more fog might be in order. Okay, well, that wasn't so bad. And we got Daze, so that's fine. One attack and 4 ruins lightning? Why would... This is why I don't click auto battle. It's just so bizarre what it chooses to do. Treasure back here? No. Okay, cool. The mark, by the way, is up there. So we're heading in that direction, and I'm going to make some special party preparations once we get there as well. So first... well, I guess I'll figure that out later, because surprise Amphisbena. So, what are you weak to again? Thunder and Arrow. Okay. So yeah, if you haven't fought an Amphisbena yet on the step, well, you will now. With Vigilance, we should be able to not get hit by some of his stuff. I'm probably going to want to like keep him at bay, though, so he doesn't feed it. You know what? I'm just going to go to Delta Attack. That'll let me keep him challenged so he doesn't feeding stoop anyone except for the person with the actual defense. You know, as long as Lightning gets out of the way. Lightning. Okay, she's out of the way. It's fine. Alright, off to Relentless Assault again. Spark Strike a go-go. Yeah, Snow, whenever you're ready to join in on the fun, big guy. Lightning, you don't need to do a backflip after every attack. It's fine. That was 21,000 damage, though. That's nothing to sneeze at. We're getting pretty strong. All that strength training is paying off. Alright, well, my party members are already running ahead, so they're probably going to dodge the Goblin Chieftain, which is over here, but that doesn't look like a Goblin Chieftain, now does it? No, it's a Goblin Chieftain with 2 Goblins, a Munchkin, and a Munchkin Maestro, which can be kind of tricky. I mean, if you spam Ruin Guy, you'll probably be fine, but I have a different strategy in mind. So let's prep our party, and then we'll work it out. I want Ruin Guy, I think, for as many as I can. So probably what I want to do is I want to have the Charlie's Angels team. So let's do that. Although, I actually want Vanille as party leader for this one, because we're going to kill him with a summon. because why wouldn't we? And honestly, I don't think we're going to need anything other than Relentless Assault, but I guess I'll just, or not Relentless Assault, Devastation, because what I'm going to do basically is I'm going to stabilize the gauge with D Shelga, and then, we're going to summon first while they stabilize the gauge with commando rolls, and then I'm going to summon, use D Shelga, and then as soon as the gauge goes all the way up, I'm just going to Gestalt immediately and then go from there. I think it should work. It's worked for me before, so we'll see if it works again. Oh, you still have the Aurora Scarf. It's not a wonder I was sitting on so much gauge. I gave Snow the Whistlewind Scarf. Vanille. There we go. Whistlewind Scarf. Give Snow back the Aurora Scarf. Alright, now we're good. And other than that... Okay, yeah, I think we're good. Let's do this and see how it works out. And so here's the thing with this. This rock that's in front of them here, you can actually use this as sort of like a pivoting point. Because if they see you, you can go behind it and they won't actually follow you past it. So you can use this to try to get a preemptive strike, but I always have a hard time getting a preemptive strike on them. So I'm just going to use our last Deceptisol. Don't worry, we'll get some more soon enough. And I don't think we'll need any more beyond this point, so... like for the rest of Tajin's Tower, which is the only place we would need it, because we'll get some more when we get to Erba. Alright, so now, I'm just going to de-Shelga real quick, actually, and that'll let me summon, and then I'll de-Shelga again. I think a couple of them are already staggered, but that's okay. I'll just de-Shelga again, and then we should be at max Gestalt, I think. Hammer time! Alright, so, yeah, I was going to say do a little bit of that. Are they all staggered? They are all staggered, so let's just do this and then get the Gestalt all the way up. Hecaton Kyre is probably the strongest summon at this point in the game. He attacks relentlessly, and he's got a lot more strength and magic than the rest of them do for whatever reason. Again, still don't know how the transformation works, but sure, I'll take it. And then he has Force Blasters. Let's see. I'm gonna shoot at you too. I just want to basically make sure that I don't like lose the stagger on anybody. So, okay, you're at low enough health. The Chieftain's probably the main focus now. You can also use chain cannons when they're blown up in the air like that, and that will allow you to keep them there. Vanille, I don't think you're supposed to turn the dial that high! I can't look. Did we get them all? Yes, we did. Oh, Guy and Salvo hits like a freight train, though. I mean, you have to deal with Vanille making noises when it happens, and again, like, I haven't talked about that, but the reason why the voice actor does all those noises when she's attacking and when that goes off is because she was literally told in the booth by the voice director, the English voice director, we want you to make your inflections as close as possible to the inflections of the Japanese voice actor. We don't want you to sound like you, we want you to sound like a Japanese voice actor version of you. So that's why Vanille makes all of the grunts and moans and groans that she does when she's attacking in this game, because they told her to sound like that. I don't know what they were thinking, but there it is. And Hecaton gets a kill. Hell yeah. I should have looked at the screen through my fingers, though, so I could see how much damage that did. I wasn't looking. It probably... I want to say it probably did about 60,000 damage to everything. Like, it's really strong. I mean, they were staggered and had D-Shelga, but, you know, fair play, Vanille gets a kill. Remind me not to piss her off. Because I don't want to be on the other end of a 42-armed demon. Alright, anyway, let's get the party back in here that we had before. And we'll keep going from there. Put that back. Give you back commando. I definitely don't want just Hope being the commando. That would not be good. Excuse me. It would be excessively suboptimal. It would be a secondary roles only challenge. Alright, so you get to be Saboteur again. I was going to have Lightning be the Saboteur, but if you can get like fog on those guys and it prevents them from storm conducting, it might be better to control Snow so he can do that. Because if I can do that to both of them, I feel like then it's just the physical attacks that we need to deal with, and that's fine. Plus, Snow gets Aqua Strike, so as a Ravager, he would be fine in that particular situation. Although I think I have him as a Commando most of the time. Yeah, I don't even have him as a Ravager anywhere. Well, I guess we can fix that. There we go. And, starting Smart Bomb. Cool! Oh yeah, I gotta give him the Whistlewind Scarf again. Whoops. I think Vanille has it on at the moment. Yep, because I just equipped it to her, so I would hope that I would remember that. Oops, not that one. Whistlewind, Aurora, and there we go. And Lightning, you have Aurora as well, right? Yep, good. We're good. Off we go. I like how the parties come together, though, so far, like, accessories-wise. I feel like we've done a good job with the accessories of kind of focusing on different things depending on what the party's doing. Like, we've got good stuff to help with situations where we're fighting bosses. We've got good stuff to help where fights are only going to last a minute or two, so... yeah, I think we've done pretty well for ourselves. What, no fog? Must be kind of a low chance. Well, I'll just go this way in a second if it doesn't work. Which it did not. Alright. And Aqua Strike a go-go. Oh, we've all got Imperil on ourselves now. That's no good. I mean, I have enough to use Renew, but I would prefer not to. Okay, I guess I'll use it. Might as well use it though, right? Like, I mean, the TP's not going anywhere, so... Are you resistant? Is that why she's doing that even though she has bravery? No, I don't know what she's doing. Like... okay, that's fine. Like, when Snow has bravery, he doesn't just throw ruins around most of the time. As an AI, so what are you up to, Lightning? Maybe it's because the CPU says, no, that's actually the highest DPS she can do. Even with bravery on, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, they'll be correct when I get her the other weapon that I'm planning on getting her, but we can't get that until we finish up the dungeon because... well, we're not being too careful. We're throwing caution to the wind and running straight ahead, so... oh, I see. You wanted me to run ahead slightly faster. Gotcha. Okay, I think we're back to the Vile Peaks music now, here in Tajin's Tower. This place is a little bit messy. It's not really a maze, but there's a lot of floors to go through, and there's a lot of rooms to go through. And there's a gimmick to it as well.
Only one hearing that, am I?
I don't know, let me listen.
It couldn't be them, could it?
Well, at least they're not growling like Reapers from Mass Effect.
Like voices in my head.
I hear it. Your presence here draws the tyrant's gaze. Leave this place at once.
Yeah, we noticed.
We can't leave. This is the only way for us to get through. Please, help us.
As you wish. Look for us, and the way will open.
Well, that was easy. Staples button. Is this tower really on wheels? Seriously? That's what those ornate pillars were? Your wind chime elevator, sir.
That was easy enough.
You never know. Could be a trap.
Could be. Don't see no stairs, though. Do you?
Nope.
Nope. This is our ride. bumpy or not.
So let's go see what's behind the Stargate then. Well, first we're going to collect the treasure on the ground floor, and then we'll do that after the fact. Alright, so since Snow's not really going to get fog off on those guys very quickly, like it's not something that he can just do really easily, I think we'll just go back, honestly. Just go back to the lightning group. And actually, as a result of that, I need to do this. Give her back the Whistlewind Scarf. There we go. Okay, come on. Let's do this. Kind of mean of you to say hurry up when we're bullshitting around on the ground floor, Lightning. Not very nice. Oh yeah, I've got Faith now. Maybe I was looking at my own thing and that was why she was using Ruin. That's a possibility. Like I was looking at my own thing that said Bravery instead of looking at like Lightning was in the second party slot, so maybe because I was looking at the second party slot, or I was looking at the first party slot which said Bravery, I was like, why are you doing that when you have Bravery? Doesn't make no sense, but she did not. She had faith. And she had hope. And then we got 2 TP back just like that. Doesn't usually take much to get back your first couple of TP. It's just the 3rd, 4th, and 5th ones when you start to try to build it up that it takes a little while. So, and speaking of changing this stuff around, I think, yeah, I think I'm going to switch that back. Because we can always use water. Just let Snow punch things. There's another 2-mana Garm battle in here somewhere, though. We'll have to deal with, but there's like 3 treasures on the ground floor, so if I remember correctly. The nice thing about the Tetratic Tiaras, though, is that you start with Vigilance, and they're a Cursed Breath. Well, it inflicts curse on you, but it really only just cancels out like the Vigilance that you already have, which is fine. You know, like that's not going to be a big deal. We can handle that. You remember this boss? You had upgraded weapons for this boss. It didn't last long. Yeah, upgrading your weapons for this boss, it makes pretty quick work of them. I don't know if we'll be able to get this boss in one stagger, honestly, because we don't have upgraded weapons, and I'm not planning on upgrading them until we're done with the dungeon, but we shall see. Yeah, just be swole. That's all. It's not that hard. Do I switch to Delta attack? No, I don't think I do. Like, I'm not even really all that worried about these guys, honestly. Snow's got enough HP. I've got Imperil on, which is a pain, but I'm stepping back with all of my attacks, so that probably helps a little bit. Wow, Hope had Vigilance on, and he still didn't blow them up in the air with that water gun. That's no good. Do one more round of this, and then we'll switch to aggression, because Snow's having a hard time. Just for the refresh. Keep him busy. The Mana Garms are kind of in a similar vein as the Triffids, though, where they just don't have enough HP to last long enough for you to stagger them. With even coming here, and I'm not like, I don't have upgraded weapons or anything like that, and even so, at relatively regular levels of Crystarium development, you still don't end up staggering them before they're done, so. I mean, it's fine. It doesn't really matter, but it just feels wrong. The stagger's the whole point sometimes. You get that dopamine when the screen goes ka-ching! Just realized, for continuity's sake, how do these characters scale in the sequels? They don't. Not easily, anyway. Like, the HP values in the sequels are not as high as the HP values in this one. So, like, if you max out in this one, I think you end up with, like, between 20 and 35,000 HP, depending on who you're scaling with. And I know in 13.2 at the very least, the highest amount of HP you can get is like 9,999, so... So probably the best answer is, they don't. But I think they were more concerned with the marketing than they were with actual power scaling and cohesive design between games when it comes to 13. I'm just being honest. Alright, so I showed the unique animation for everybody riding on the Chocobo back when we rode on the Chocobo. Did you know there are also unique elevator activating animations? I'm gonna do it with all 6 characters. I don't know why. It's kind of silly because it's literally just them pushing a lever, but I'll do it. I like the little wind chime that plays though when you're going up. That's kind of cool. That's a 0, by the way. It looks like a 9 on the little floor counter there, but it's actually a 0. So like we were on floor 001. This is floor 102. So that's 102 there. Excuse me. Man, save point down there, save point up here. They're being very generous with these now again.
What's that?
Well, he's back.
Waiting for us, huh?
Gonna get the boss fight out of the way right away, or what?
Get back!
Oh boy. Well, we know he likes explosions. I kind of wish he didn't have the rows of teeth, because then he'd just look like he has an owl mask, and I honestly think he was more badass as a result of that. But he blew a hole in the wall for us, so I guess that allows us to go more into the tower, but it also does this. To continue ascending Tajin's tower, you must, that's not optional, must accept and complete missions from the 3 Colossal Menhiram on the tower's 2nd tier. And on the tower's 5th and 6th tier, if I remember correctly as well. The route to the tower's apex will remain closed until all of the Menhiram's tasks are done. So these are side quests that are not side quests. You have to do them in order to proceed with the video game. So, okay. I feel like the video gamers of 2010 would scoff at that, if you want to do that, Square Enix, but sure, why not? Isn't that standard? Why? Who decided this? Stop preying on the completionists. Someone who wanted everyone to have their preferred character pull the lever? I guess. You ever notice that every single Melancholy Persona battle theme uses the same exact chord for the harmony? Completely random and not at all connected to gameplay, but yeah. I'll have to go listen now, but I'll probably hear what you mean, though. Didn't know that. Also, don't have the ear to know that or the background music knowledge. I feel like if you listen to, like, one of the, like, more melancholy tracks from Persona 3, though, you can kind of get the idea because there's some tracks in Persona 3 that I've heard some similar notes in that I'm just thinking like in my head. Yeah, no, I've heard stuff like that in 4 and 5 as well. So I'd have to go back in 1 and 2 and see if that's similar, but I gotta imagine. Anyway, mission 21, it's required. A Tremulous Terror. We have to fight Gelatitan, who I mentioned previously, but this is where you finally fight him. Brave soul, heed my plea, and we shall bring light to your dark path. Know that a Gelatitan holds my power thrall within this spire. Slay it, and I shall once more be free. If you can but restore the strength of my 2 brethren and I here on the 2nd tier, the way will be opened unto you. And honestly, I do like the Menhiram because they do more than just stand here and give you missions, but again, I feel like the gamers of 2010 looked at this and said, there are required side quests, this game is an F-tier game, as a result of them forcing you to do these missions that are fairly simple to do no matter what, but, you know. Now, these Pulsework Gladiators are probably not quite as tough as the other ones, as you can see from the fact that we're spamming Thundara and Thundaga, and they're all dead now, basically. But, well, this one survived because he was off on the side, but, you know. They're not quite as tough as the Centurions and all those guys. They're also worth a decent chunk of CP, so if you're looking for some, there's a fight later on in the tower, I think it's on the 6th tier of the tower, where there's like 8 of them in one battle all clustered together in one really tight group. So, and that probably gives you like 8,000 or 9,000 CP for that one fight, which is pretty damn good at this point. So, I guess I didn't mention it, but the Gelatitan's up in this direction. I'll show you on the map after we're done with this part. So, but let's do this first. I won't need a summon for the Gelatitan fight, though. I'm going to try to summon Bahamut at some point in the tower, though, so that way Bahamut can try to get a kill. Because we've tried to get a kill with all of the Eidolons so far, and the only one that we've failed at was Brunhilde. I'm trying to think if there's a situation where we can have Brunhilde do that later, but... Matter of fact, I think Mission 28 we can have Brunhilde do, because Mission 28 is just like a bunch of Ceratosaurs, so we could probably do it there. But anyway, Gelatitan is over here. I don't think it'll be too hard to get a preemptive strike on him. I mean, as long as he turns around. I need to make some special preparations for this one, though, so let's do that before I do anything else. I want to control Fang for this one. So let's take the Whistlewind Scarf off of Saz. We're going to bring the boss fighting party in, though, so... And we'll have them do this. So you get the Whistlewind Scarf, you get the Aurora Scarf. The reason why I want to control Fang is because there's a very low chance that this guy can be inflicted with Fog, and if you inflict him with Fog, he can't cast Water Gut on you. So that's kind of nice, actually. So what we're going to do is, let's do a Com Rav up here. Leave that there. We can leave that there. That's kind of a funky protection gambit, but... gambit. I'll just do a Sen Sin. No, I'll do a Com Sin Med. That's fine. We can do it that way, so that way we can get... Well, no, you know what? I'll do Sen Sin Med. I don't think we'll be in a situation where we'll need Sentinel, but, you know. Oh, no, you know what I'll do down here, actually? You've got 3 medics and 3 sentinels, so let's just do Salvation and Tortoise for our defensive ones. It's kind of a funky way to do it, but I find that if you put Tortoise and Salvation down here, it just... Those are the only 2 defensive paradigms you need. After that, you can do more offensive ones going forward. Like, this is going to be offense and defense, but we'll do Sab Sin Sin, and we'll start the battle in that one. So if we get a preemptive strike, Fang can start to inflict Fog on him, but also stabilize the gauge while Saz and Vanille work on getting buffs on us. This is why we had Vanille level up a little as Synergist, because now she'll just get Veil and Vigilance on everybody. We don't need Veil, but Vigilance will be nice. And then once we do that, we can do a Rav Sab, so Vanille can get other debuffs on him, and we can build the gauge up, and then we can send him flying, and it'll be good. It'll all be good. We got this. This is what 5 years of music class and headphones do to a person. I mean, at least the knowledge is coming in handy, right? Depends on what you consider the chorus of I'll Face Myself Reincarnation, but the common denominator is the chorus. There you go. All you know is 12 and 13 are the 2 controversial Final Fantasy games. Oh, there's more than that. A lot of people hate 2. A lot of people aren't a big fan of 5. 8 was pretty unpopular back when it came out, and kind of still is in some circles. So it just kind of depends on when you got into the series. There are controversial ones in every generation. So people cry about everything on the internet. I even take reviews of products with massive lump of salt because people cry way too loud. That's true. Abstain from giving an opinion. You are a 12 fangirl and will not control your bias. Honestly, 12 is A tier for me. I really enjoy it. I love the world of Ivalice, so I'm a little biased myself as well, but I don't know. I've never played the... Well, I've tried playing Tactics, and I could never get into it, but I just love the world of Ivalice. I think it's really well created. Wish you got more variety of races in your party members in 12, though. You have 5 humans in Avira. Meanwhile, there's like 8 peripheral races that you don't get any party representation for, but, you know, I guess I can't win all of the battles. Anyway, speaking of battles, here's one we have to go win. So I'll wait for him to turn his back, and then we'll go for a run. Oop, okay. He's aggro today. That's cool. Sorry, Saz. Gotta wait for him to turn his back on me. If the camera would cooperate, that would be fantastic, but... Okay, there we go. Just get him in the back. Alright, so now while they get debuffs, or rather buffs going, I'll stabilize the gauge with Fog. If we get Fog up, like I said, he can't cast Water Gun. This is annoying because, well, you know, his slap attacks are pretty good, but... Alright, we got Fog up, so let's go Smart Bomb now. We don't need Bar Water because he's not going to cast Water Gun now that that's the case. What's he weak to? electricity, that's what it is. So I'll just go fire, thunder, fire, thunder, fire. And then we'll go back to just doing... Actually, fire, thunder, fire works pretty good if Vanille gets some peril on him, so... Do this for one more. Okay, stop. Now Fang, launch him, and then all ruins. Fang's the only launcher in this party, so I gotta have her do that, basically, if possible. Okay, now do the same thing. And we might not get him in one stagger, but that's okay. I'll do the attacks, actually, because I should get a smite out of this. Yeah. Oh, I missed the smite. That's fun. I missed that one, too. Alright, well, back to Relentless Assault, I guess. Because he'll be dead in, yeah, 2 seconds anyway. Couldn't quite get that in one stagger, but it's still 5 stars thanks to the preemptive strike, so that's cool. Mono, you have one job. I still did it. See, we still got 5 stars, so... The Menhiram is pleased, even though I did not do it in one stagger. I can't be expected to do everything in one stagger. I haven't upgraded my weapons yet. I'll make every excuse in the book. Other than that I'm bad at the game. Even though that's what we all know. Wanted us to get Bunga in 14, but we got Vera. I'm sad. Yeah, Bunga would have been pretty cool, honestly. I just feel like it wasn't everybody's favorite race. Like, it was kind of hard for any race from Ivalice to compete with bunny girls, you know what I mean? Like, Japan already has enough of a hard-on for bunny girls, and then you get into Western audiences and other international audiences, and it's over, you know what I mean? Like, there's no contest there. So, anyway, Mission 22, it's another Ambling Bellows. I hope you're not sick of these yet. Infernal Machine. Puissant Soul. Don't know if I said that right, but that's probably the French pronunciation. Heed my plea, and we shall bring light to your dark path. Know that an ambling bellows holds my power thrall within this spire. Slay it, and I shall once more be free. If you can but restore the strength of my 2 brethren and I here on the 2nd tier, the way will be opened to you, unto you. Okay, so that's that one. Excuse me, Saz. So that one's on the other side of the tower. We can't get to this room because there's no way there with the flames that the fal'Cie put up yet, but that's okay. I don't think there's any other fights on the way there, though, but thinking about it, I think I'm just going to use the regular battle party for this one. I don't think I need anything special. Like, excuse me, with Gelatitan I needed something a little more special because I wanted to inflict fog on him. I didn't have to, but it prevented me from getting staggered by Water God just randomly while I was trying to maximize my damage during his stagger, so I said, no, I'd rather get fog on him, so I'll just control Fang and force her to use fog. That way I don't have to use a Libra scope or something, so that I'll just take care of it myself. But this one, it's Ambling Bellows and I think 2 Hoplite lookalikes. They're like palette swaps of Hoplites, so it's another Thundaga spam. So as long as Hope doesn't just decide to use regular Thunders on the reinforcements that the Ambling Bellows spawns, I think we'll be fine. I might start the battle in aggression, though, because then that'll allow Snow to stabilize the gauge for a bunch of stuff. And then if he's not hitting the Bellows, I can hit the Bellows, and then Hope and I can do that, and then we can go Relentless Assault and finish it off before it becomes a problem. I guess as long as the Bellows is up in the air, it doesn't matter, you know. So, but yeah, here's the Bellows. He's got his back turned to us, and here's his protectors, I guess. Alright, so we'll start an aggression, and we'll see if that works out. Do you have the... I think I got the Whistlewind Scarf off of Saz, actually. Yeah, so we'll give you back the Aurora Scarf. Whistlewind Scarf for you, and then does Lightning have it? You don't have it, so yeah, she must. Alright. That's cool. I'll wait for you, hot pink dozer. Those were 3 words I didn't expect to come out of my mouth one after the other today, but here we are. But yeah, a lot of the marks that you have to fight here aren't very hard to get a preemptive strike on, even without Deceptisol, so I usually am just like, yeah, that's okay. I'll just do it that way, you know? Alright, so now that we're focused on the Ambling Bellows, let's try to kill him in one stagger. If we can't, that's fine. We'll just do it in the second one, I guess. Maybe I Thundara, actually. Yeah, so we get rid of the other guy as well. Well, he won't be dead, but That's okay. Maybe we go Smart Bomb to try to get Pain and Fog on him, actually, before he does too much deployment. Snow, whenever you're ready, big guy. Now, if we can get Pain on him, that'd be nice, but if we can't, I guess it's fine. He'll probably upgrade the guys or something before we finish this up, but that's okay. Okay, he got Pain on him, good. So now Snow, just go Delta attack so that we can, he can grab all the guys before I die, was what I was going to say, but then I died, so.
No.
Alright, so probably what I need to do then is I need to... Because the problem with these fights is that the game never has you focus on the bellows. Even though that is literally the most important target on the field, the game always has you start your targeting on anything but the bellows, which is absolutely not good and should not be how they designed this. They did that explicitly on purpose, and it is a bad method of creating difficulty. But... whatever. We'll deal with it. Am I still in aggression? Probably. Okay, stabilize the gauge real quick before... yeah, we do that. Alright. So now it should be more stable because we had a commando do stuff with it. So now we should be able to do this real quick. And honestly, Hope can probably kill the ones that are off there by just using the level 3 spells. Like off to the side. Alright, let's do this. It's fine, we'll just take the hits. But then we should be able to get rid of this guy before his stagger gauge goes away. If not, it'll just be, like, really close. Okay, he got rid of the other guy as well. So this should be over now, yeah. Good. See? Much better. Much better than the last time. And that's the nice thing, honestly, though, is that, like, if you do something stupid, like what happened in the first fight there, it's pretty easy to recover in this game because they plop you right back right before the fight. They're auto-saving every time you get into a fight, which is kind of a lot of background work for a game to do, and I appreciate it, so. It lets me be bad without having to go back to the save point every time. And that I approve of and appreciate, you see. Alright, last one. Sorry, gotta stretch a little bit. Legs are getting cramp a little bit. Not enough magnesium today. No, that's probably not true. I actually probably have more magnesium today than usual. Just sitting in the same spot for almost 3 hours will do that to you. Mission 23, Natural Defenses. Fighting a Gurengach. Apparently it's B rank, even though, I don't know, I don't find this one as difficult. Sage Soul, heed my plea, and we shall bring light to your dark path. Know that a Gurengach holds my power thrall within this spire. Slay it, and I shall once more be free. If you can but restore the strength of my two brethren and I here on the second tier, the way will be opened unto you. So there you go. 3 missions on the second tier, and then, like I said, if I remember correctly, when you go up to the higher tiers, there's 3 more missions to do up there. It's a little more complex than just going back and forth on the same floor in the next missions, though. So, like, you'll have to go up and down and all around in order to get to the other marks, because there aren't always easy paths to get to them, you know. Another Scale Beast, huh? Great. Start in Relentless Assault, actually. I don't know if I need to use Smart Bomb to get anything interesting on him. I guess... actually, probably since he's a boss mark, he's probably immune to, like, Pain and Fog and all that other stuff, so... might be better to just attack. Fire Blizzard, Thunderwater Arrow, just to see what he absorbs. Does he absorb anything? No, he halves basically everything. Alright, that's cool. I'll do one more round of this, and then we'll go back to aggression, because I just want to build the gauge just a little bit more. Alright, off to aggression. I was going to say, I wonder if Snow's going to punch him up in the air yet, but he did not. That's okay. Oh, okay. Whoops, did that wrong. Oh well. We'll have him in a second anyway. He staggers really easily when you get rid of his shell, so... see? Not so bad. And that gets us back up to 4 TP. Pretty close. To, well, we've got enough now to use Bahamut when I need to use Bahamut. I'd like to use Bahamut for Mission 24 if possible, but I'm not sure if we'll get to Mission 24 today. We've got about 25 minutes left, so I guess maybe. We'll see. And for defeating those 3 marks, they get rid of the little bit of fire that's on the ground there. Alright then, sure. Why not? I mean, I could have danced in fire. I have nimble toe boots, but maybe that's the wrong series. Back again.
Right, here we go again.
Can't take a hint.
You're one to talk.
Wah, wah. Ah, there they are. Gonna give us some support? Something like that. Chop a limb off. So does that mean he can't cast any more fire magic?
Are they sad?
Well, I mean, I guess they didn't kill the guy,
I guess
but
the way is open now.
either way, we can move on. So that's the important part. How much CP do I have at this point? I don't think I have enough to buy the rest of Snow's Saboteur kit, so... the rest that I want, anyway. So since that's the case, I think... yeah, we need about 49,000 more for... or not 49, 39,000, excuse me, more for him in order to get his kit. So I'm just gonna wait, and we'll just move along. Or should I save before moving along? I'm gonna save before moving along. You never know. Freak power outage, and all of a sudden I have to do all those fights again, you know. So let's not. Not that I'm expecting a freak power outage, but how can you expect a freak power outage? That's what the freak word is for. That's the operant word there. So I guess I could go fight those Pulseware Gladiators for a little bit of quick CP as well, but there's more of them in this room, so I'll just go fight these ones instead. Yeah, so I guess it's not much of a maze. It's just that you kind of have to go all over the place in order to do stuff. And on this floor, it's not so bad, because it's like there's only so many rooms and you can only go on the one floor. But once you start getting up on higher floors, they start getting a little bit more and more advanced with, okay, go here, okay, do this, you know, so. Ooh, okay. Snow? Alright, I guess he ran off. He'll help us get a pincer attack. Attack from both sides, even. Yes, I see you over there. I can't walk over there without taking care of these guys first, so that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I was gonna say, can you turn around, please? Okay, fine, forget it. I'll just fight them straight up. They're not that hard. And they're all nice and clustered together for me. And Hope is using level 1 spells on them, even though it makes no waking sense that he should be doing that, because they're all clustered together. Hope, just blow them up. Thank you. Maybe I'll go Delta attack, actually. There, see? That'll work. Yeah, I'm gonna go Delta attack, actually. Just so that way I don't end up with lower HP than I want to. We have all 3 of them staggered now? Well, there's about to be only like 1 or 2 left, so yeah, but they're all staggered now, so I guess we just go back to Relentless Assault. Yeah, just double Thundara. Just in case there was 2 left. I wasn't paying attention, I was looking at the menu. So just to cover my own ass. Yeah, see, 8,000 CP from that one fight, and that's only, what, 5 of them? Again, I think there's one where you're fighting like 8 in a single battle, or maybe it was 6. But either way, that's a ton of CP for one fight that's relatively simple. And I think you can respawn it just by walking up here and then like going back down, so that's pretty nice. Simurg. I believe that's Hope's Stagger Lock weapon. Hang on, I think I can see that from here. Stifled Magic. Okay, so this actually only gives Hope strength, and it reduces his magic attacks by... I think the first tier is 70%, and then the second tier is 40%. So what I guess it's supposed to do is it's supposed to force the AI to use only physical attacks with Hope, but he gets like 2 physical attacks in the entire game. So I don't know why you'd want to do that. For the challenge, I guess, but Like, his blitz, I don't even know what his blitz looks like, but it can't be that good. It's a boomerang. Like, what are you gonna blitz with a boomerang? He gets blitz, by the way. It's just pretty high up in his commando tree. So, alright, we're on tier 3 now. That was a preemptive, I think. No, never mind. They just didn't tell me that they were seeing me, even though they did see me. Alright, then. You got a face only a mother can love and a breath to match. Let me tell you what. Watch, they're gonna kick my ass now because I just said that. Where the hell are you going? Is the crab carapace on your head affecting your eyesight now? Christ, man. I'm over here. Come on, hit me! Thank you. I'm gonna go aggression, actually. So I can stay over here and spam ruin. Should have him. Probably not this round, but in a second once Snow starts attacking again. There we go.
That's how it's
Yeah,
done.
but why? That's the question I have. I don't know why you'd give him that. It feels like something that you'd just sell and be done with, honestly. Like, that's probably all I'll do with it. I mean, it's definitely all I'll do with it. Like, you think I'm gonna keep something I'm not gonna use? You don't know me well enough if you think that. Excuse me. You know what? I'll just do single target. There's only 2 of them. And we'll have them pretty quickly after this. Wow, we had vigilance up and we all got knocked down anyway. That's impressive. That's not something I expected out of Pulsework Gladiator over here. Couldn't quite finish him off, huh, Snow? That's okay. I got it. Getting some good CP, though. Let me tell you what. I mean, they're worth 1,600 apiece. That's pretty damn good. Well, it looks like the way's blocked, so hopefully the Menhiram have an idea of how to fix that, too. Maybe they'll move the tower for us. I was going to say, it looks like they're having a hard enough time moving themselves, but there you go. Tower's moving. If I remember correctly, and I might not be, I think this tower is more of a pain in the ass in 13.2 because you go here in 13.2 as well. But it's a little bit different in 13.2 from this. This is more like the highest technology Pulse had, and it still looks a little like its steampunk roots. In 13.2, it's basically a rave party, if I remember correctly. Like, it looks like the inside of the Tron universe. So, oh look, and there's a treasure over here for me. How nice. Okay, I guess I'll sell those too. Like, 2 metal armbands this late in the game. What is Resist Deprotect gonna do for me this late in the game? It's not like we're fighting Amphisbinas here or anything. Summon the elevator. So yeah, the elevator will come up once you hit up the Stargate there. Ooh, okay. Thank you for the convulsions game. That's great. All right, so let's see what Snow looks like when he pulls the lever. Oh, we can go all the way to the 4th tier now. Sure, why not? I was gonna say, going to the 4th tier will be for Hope to do, but I guess we can have Snow do it. This tower is convoluted AF. Must have been a pain to design, let alone build. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I hope nobody on Pulse worked here or something, because good lord, man. Had to have been a massive pain to get around in here. Although, honestly, like, thinking about it, probably the tower is all jumbled up like this because of the fal'Cie, right? Like, it's probably this way because the fal'Cie, like, forced all the Menhiram to, like, not have the elevators go where they need to go. So, It was probably simpler to navigate when the elevator could go all the way up and all the way down the dungeon. That probably made it a little bit easier. So, let's see. Let's go sell some of the stuff. And I guess we could do the other stuff for the General's Belt and Witch's Bracelets. I guess I didn't expect to get to this point today, so I didn't write down like all the stuff that I need for it, though. So maybe we'll wait to do that, and we'll do it next time, because we won't get to the boss fight before the end of the day. We'll just probably do like one more of the hunts that we have here. So I don't need this Redachrosite. And that's it. Well, we're back up above 500,000, but trust me when I tell you, that will change soon, because these are in our future. Oh, these cost so much money. 30-minute commute to work, 1 hour of travel at work, unlimited time to suffer. Something like that. You know, I'm going to sell those potions that I said I was going to sell. I don't think I'm going to be... Like, they're still okay for a quick fix at this point in the game, because they'll heal for, like... If you get over 3,000 HP, they'll heal for... over 150. They'll heal you for 5%, and then it gets upgraded the more medics you have in the group when you use the potion. But at that point, like, if you've got enough medics, you're probably already healing, you know what I mean? Like, you're probably already using Cure or Cura or Curaja. Or you could just use Renew. So, I don't know. Potions at this point don't really feel warranted, I guess. Now, as you can see, there are two ways out of the elevator. There's the forward way and then the backwards way. Lightning said, I'll take the lead and went this way, though, so we'll go this way first, because the other way will lead you to 2 other missions, and you'll feel like you're getting lost, because you'll be like, wait, this is a mission ahead. This is mission 25. What happened to 24? 24 is over here, so. 24 is also a pretty good mission. It's the mission that I was talking about previously when I was talking about make sure if you find a grind spot, it not only gets you CP, but also Gil. Mission 24 is that mission. It gets you guaranteed Gil in the form of a reward that you get for doing it, and it gets you a pretty decent chunk of CP. It's like 6,000 CP per time you complete the mission, so it's not bad. Of course, we got to deal with these things again, but that's not really shocking to anyone. Of course they were going to show up again. Them just being in the Vile Peaks would have been a waste of a good design. I don't remember what they're weak to, though. But these are Yakshas, which means we'll see Yaxini soon as well. That's fine. Nothing yet. Alright, that's fine. Let's just beat them up till we get them to their stagger level, and then we'll go from there, I guess. They will stagger and then immediately die, but, you know, like, look at that. We didn't even get them to the stagger level. I'm just going to go aggression, I think, after this round. War dance. Nice kicks. Guess I could have ruined there instead, huh? Oh well. About 3,400 CP for 2 of those isn't too bad. Not quite as easy to kill as the Pulsework Gladiators, though. So. Alright, well, Hope, your time to hit up the elevator. I gotta imagine this will be a little tough for him. These things aren't exactly made for children. I mean, he's 14, but still. Well, he got it, so I guess it doesn't matter. And to be fair, he has safety gloves on. I mean, they probably aren't safety gloves, like they're not regulated, but they work that way. Okay, 220 something. See where we end up. Excuse me. Alright, so I was gonna say that's not a okay, one of those is a 3. It's a 0, and I don't know what the hell that first number is. It looks like an 8, but that seems a lot higher than we should be for going from the 4th to the 5th tier. Anyway. Oh, they gave me an ancient bone. I guess that's nice. Well, back to it. More of these things. More of these things. And these ones are the variation. You can see it with the shurikens that they have on their backs. These are the XIIIs, if I remember correctly. So, wait for them both to turn their backs, and then off we go. Fight everything in the room first, and then we'll pick up the Menhiram mission and probably call it a day after that. Catastrophic dance, huh? Alright, what's it do? Inflicts deep protect. Okay, sure. Don't gotta worry about that. I have tetratic tiaras for that. Granted, I won't have them for much longer, but, you know, it's fine. Oh wow, I got lucky on the tetratic tiara there. It ran out just in time to block the deep protect. Sure you can! Snow's trying to send everything to the moon like Fang was before. Alright, I'll take this. Thank you very much. I guess I could have gotten out of the elevator the other way and just grabbed this without fighting them, though, huh? Oh well. 9 more ancient bones. They're not quite as good as sturdy bones, if I remember correctly. I think they get you there in 24 points, but or in 24 items, but at the same time, they're more expensive, and they end up being more expensive than 36 sturdy bones, so. Alright, let's see what we got here. Wonder how busted you would have been with tetratic tiaras, because you didn't use them. They're okay. If you're going to end battles quickly, I think they're pretty good, but, so, like, I try to end battles as quickly as possible. They only last 30 seconds, so you gotta, like, you use, what I basically try to do is I try to get all my, anything that I need the defensive buffs for, I try to get out of the way in the first 30 seconds of the fight, so like, getting an enemy to a stagger threshold or something. And then if we're launching them and doing all that, they're gonna be a lot easier to handle without the defensive buffs, so I try to do it that way. So, anyway, here's Mission 24, A Potent Sting, and like I said, I think this is the one that you can do for some money later. Tormented soul, heed my plea, and we shall bring light to your dark path. Know that a Mushusu holds my power thrall within this spire. Slay it, and I shall once more be free. If you can but restore the strength of my true brethren and I here on the upper tiers, the way will be opened unto you. So they're pulling the same shit they did in the second tier. You have to beat missions 24, 25, and 26. They're required in order to move on with the tower. Once you do those, you're home free. So after that, that's when the tower comes to an end, but we are not quite there yet. The reason why this one is pretty good for CP and gil grinding is, well, first of all, the reward is pretty nice. You can sell the reward for 6,000 gil. Even the secondary reward is 6,000 gil for each one, and you get 6 of them just for beating the mark normally. But the other reason is the mark is in the same exact room as the actual statue that gives you the mission, which makes it very, very susceptible to being preemptive struck and murdered easily. So, that being said, let's see if we can get Bahamut to kill, huh? The only thing we should need for this is triple commando, but I guess I can keep relentless assault just in case, and I'll do medments then. And that's it. Shouldn't need anything else other than that, and they should, all I basically need them to do is stabilize the gauge so that way Bahamut can keep the gauge in good working order. Oops, wrong one. I don't think we need to use Bahamut here either, it's just this one's fairly simple to summon and kill if I remember correctly, so we'll try and do that, just so everybody has a chance at getting a kill. Every Eidolon has a chance at getting a kill. Love how 0 of the auto-paradigm decks include a Saboteur, Cowardly Devs. Yeah, it seems like sometimes they just generate them randomly based on the rolls available. So like if you have a lot of Saboteurs in the party, there's a chance of it obviously showing up, but if not, it doesn't really show up very often. Okay, hold on. Hold the phone. I'd like to get a preemptive on this one, actually, because I need them to just stabilize the gauge once we preempt, so. And then that's it. Maybe now? Nope. Okay, that was a little close. Maybe now, because you're going to be, like, not looking at me in about 2 seconds, because you're going to back up and you can't go anywhere. So I can liberally abuse that. Right? Yep. Yes, that is correct. Alright, so, 1 round of attacks on whatever I'm targeting, just to stabilize the gauge, and then summon Bahamut! No, you gotta scream it out, Fang. It's gotta be into the heavens like, Bahamut! See? Heard me that time.
You know what to do.
Alright, now we blitz. Just to try to build the gauge. Although Bahamut is very good at building his own gauge, so I wouldn't worry too much about that part. His Gestalt is already maxed, and he's been here for 5 seconds, so that's awesome. I really like his transformation sequence, though. It's probably my favorite out of all of the Eidolons, so... Alright, spam Obliterating Breath on the Mushisu specifically. We should be able to break a whole bunch of the Yaksinis, though, in the process of hitting the Mushisu with this, though, so... Like, I don't know if they'll be dead, but the Mushisu is the main one that I want to get some damage off on before we move along here. How are we doing on the other ones here? You're dead, so I guess it doesn't really matter. And goodbye. Have a Mega Flare, friends! Very nice.
What a sweetheart.
Love how Bahamut enters the battle in this game and in 10. Yeah, the summoning circles for Bahamut in 10 and 13 are really cool. Just flies straight down from the... It's like he comes in from outer space, just through multiple rings, along with the atmosphere, just slams down on the field. It's pretty great. So you don't need an Eidolon to beat those guys. Like, you could probably just beat the Yaksinis up pretty good just in a Cerberus paradigm and then just go back to Relentless Assault and slam the Mushisu until it's done. It's got a little more HP than they do, but only a little bit. So, anyway, you get 6 Moonblossom Seeds for beating this mission the first time. Those sell for 6,000 gil apiece. That means this mission is worth 36,000 gil the first time. And every time you beat the mission after this, you get 1 more Moonblossom Seed, which is worth 6,000 more gil. So every time you complete the mission, you get 6,000 CP and 6,000 gil. It's a very reliable way to get CP and gil throughout the game because it's a pretty high amount, the mission is very easy, and the reward is guaranteed. You don't have to equip anything like the Collector's Catalog, Connoisseur Catalog, whatever, that you would have to equip for some of the other farming methods. The other farming methods get you more money or more CP, but this is very reliable. So if you're not strong enough to do the other ones, you could do this one. That being said, there is a caveat to that. You can't recomplete the mission until you complete the tower, so we have to finish the rest of Tajin's tower in order to be eligible for that grinding method. So I guess we'll have to work on that on the next episode of Final Fantasy XIII, the Stream Edition, which will be happening on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It worked out for me to say that here, but I'm still going to have to walk back to the save point, and we might get into a fight on the way, so... But hey, at least we got to see Fang kicking the switch into place. Maybe it was a 5, or maybe it was an 8. I wasn't really paying attention to what that number was on the 5th tier. Probably have to go back up there, though, actually, now that I think about it, because there's probably a treasure up there that I missed. But we could do that next time. It's fine. How's our CP doing? We're not quite there yet. Alright, anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. And I will see all of you on the next one, which, as I said, will most likely be this coming Sunday. As a matter of fact, I know it will be, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because I start school again next week, and basically Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are going to be very unfeasible for streaming. So probably for the next 15 weeks, it's going to be Sunday, Friday, Saturday. I'll probably do something different when we do when I have my spring break, because I'll have some days off in a row where I can do that, and maybe around President's Day because we'll have some days off in a row there too. But yeah, probably for the most part it's going to be Sunday, Friday, Saturday. So we'll work on that next week. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like I said, everybody, I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. I'll post the schedule up on Saturday, about 7 or 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So until next week, everybody, take care and have a good one. Gotta tell you, I already know what the name of the next episode's gonna be. If there's any tower in any video game that can be called Pandora's Tower, this one feels like it, because it sure as hell is some kind of puzzle box.